Because Hello, everyone! Welcome to another episode of TOPT. My name is Larry.
Lino!
Seb!
And this is TOPT, where we talk One Piece and anime. Woo! Hello, how are you guys? Episode 249. And this week we will be discussing chapter 1179. And I'm so happy because this chapter was a banger. So I'm really excited to get into it this week. Also, just want to say thank you to everybody that's on Spotify, Apple Podcasts and Music, YouTube chat, our boys, what up? Our girls, what up? And then we got Facebook as well. So we just want to say thank you for all of you just for being here and chilling with us. Today will be a 4-hour special podcast episode just because I felt like we deserved it. Like, most of all, you guys deserved it. I really thought this needed it. So we're going into 4 hours, so strap yourselves in. Also, if you haven't liked the video yet, please like the video. It helps us out a ton. And we want to say thank you in advance for last week's super chats and memberships. We hit over 1,000 members for the first time in a long time. So thank you for that. All the super chats, you guys were competing. We are so grateful. So believe me, if you send more today, just know that it's appreciated as well. And even if we don't read it immediately, we will get to it. No super chat will go unread. So we just want to say thank you so much for all of you for being here right now with us. If you haven't checked out your AG1, please do. And if you haven't checked out our link tree for all of the other sponsorships we have, or if you haven't followed us on the other socials, go ahead and do that. But other than that, Seb, we'll be doing call-in stream this week, but no DDT.
Yeah, call-in stream tomorrow at 5:15 p.m., but no DDT on Wednesday. I'm going to try to make sure that we make that happen next week. Just have to work out a few more kinks on the DDT. But it's coming, y'all. It's coming, for sure. But yeah, call-in stream tomorrow night. Should be fun to hear all you guys become a tiered member of our Discord to be able to call in. But yeah, we got a bunch of people in chat here waiting, so thank you guys for your patience. I see Toby's in here, Young Vito, Sonodachi, Davey D. Oaks, Kojo, Drew Crewneck, Ravenstorm, Toxic Pancakes, Broom Bets, Blank Verse, Vandy Auger, Monkey D. Lowry, Handful of D. Rocks, Mugiwater J, just so many. Please like the stream. It does help with the YouTube algorithm. Sorry.
Go. Before you go, continue. I just want to say thank you to everybody that showed up to my live reaction this Sunday. You guys supported heavy, and I just got monetized. So thank you so much for just all the support. I've said for a while now, I'm trying to put out like different content. Like Invincible just came out. They have other episodes, like other shows that I'm super interested in. So just give me some time. I'm just stuck editing as of right now, and I'm going full throttle. So I'll post more stuff that are separate from like One Piece.
All right, yeah, awesome. Support Larry. Follow the what is it? TOPT Larry or is it AO Larry? Which one is it?
TOPT Larry.
Yeah, the TOPT Larry. If you guys want more content, that's not just One Piece, man. You know.
Oh, also I posted the video edit of me, Lawrence, and Sebastian arguing about the Rocks or Roger more dangerous vid. And that was really good too.
Nice. I got it from what I saw because I saw you upload it. It was like the longest clip ever. It was like almost an hour.
Oh my god! You know what it was? We were going at it for like an hour and 20.
Dang.
Yeah, bro. It was like an hour and 10, and I had to cut like some of it off to make us sound better, of course. But yeah, it was a big upload, but it was well enjoyed. So
yeah, as long as people like it. All right, we have a couple super chats. I'm gonna read these. Thank you guys for your patience. We got 2 from The Real Aaron Creates. It says Usopp putting them paws on Liberty Mutual Emu. That's funny. Another 5 from The Real Aaron Creates. Usopp using that Dressrosa observation hockey to find Emu's weakness. Hashtag Big Usopp. Hashtag Usopp Push and P. Hashtag Usopp Upscale. Hashtag Emu 19 virus. A lot of Usopp talk this week, at least in the memes.
I'm so shocked. I didn't think about Usopp 1.
At least in the memes.
Not even a little bit. I think I thought about him just because Emu showed up, and I was like, all right.
The memes are great.
But even then, it's justified in the chat.
The memes are great.
I have an excellent idea that I want to bring to you guys, and I think it's going to make everybody feel better about like the whole fate prophecy thing. Mm-hmm. I really want to see what Lawrence has to say about it.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think we talked about fate one time on the pod, and we both were like, nah, we don't like it. I don't know if it was you. It has to be. I don't know. We'll see, though.
We got another Nakama join the ship in Cameron9340, so welcome. Another 20 from Sick Gamer. It says, I believe what's happening is a Kami and Piccolo thing where Nika touched the ancient power and split into 2 entities, Emu and Joy Boy, which is why Emu only speaks of Joy Boy instead of Nika. I have more, but not enough space. Gamer, that's interesting, man. That's interesting.
What was it?
Basically, Emu and Joy Boy are like one being, but Emu and Joy Boy are 2 different beings the way Kami and Piccolo are.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if I like that, though.
Yeah, I'd love to see you
I don't know if I like that.
elaborate more on it to show me your work.
Further convincing.
Okay. We got another 5 from Vince Smoke Chino. It says, Void Century flashback need to be a movie or like a mini prequel series. We got to see what type of timing Emu and the 20 Kingdoms was on for real. That would be cool.
Oof.
And then another
Such
10.
a good prequel.
Yeah, another 10 from Vince Smoke. It says, Seb, you always pronounce my name wrong. It's actually pronounced Chino. It's all good, though, because you still my Nika. The fist emoji. Also, Larry Crash Outs be sending me laughing emoji. Hashtag like the stream. Hashtag topped. Hashtag uppies. Hashtag Celestial Larry. I pronounced it correctly this time. Okay?
Call him Cochino.
Cochino?
Yeah. Yo, I was bugging though. I was editing our Rocks versus Roger debate, and I was like, yo, I'm walling out a little bit. And then I cursed, and I was like, yeah, I'm cooked. I'm cooked, yo. I was like, I'm losing. I was just editing like, damn, I'm losing right now.
I saw some of the comments. You getting a lot of support in the comments.
Yo, I'm gonna be honest, bro. It's nothing like editing your own defeat. Because, sometimes, like, when we debate, we win certain, like, moments, right? Yeah. It's never like you win the whole thing. It's like, yo, you win here, you win a little here, you be wrong here, you be really wrong here, but then you win here, right? So, like, when you're editing and you're witnessing, like, you losing, it pisses you off a little bit. Because it's like, why did I say that? Yo, I had something so much better to say right here. Yeah. So it's always worse when you watch it back, because then you're like, oh, man.
That's funny, man.
Yeah, 100% true.
Never mind. I was like correlating it to the editing part, and I I was like, "What do you mean 100% true? You don't know."
No, when he rewatches it.
Yeah. Like, you don't edit nothing.
Another 5 euros from Galaxy Neo. It says, love this podcast. Y'all have some of the best brotherly bonds I have ever seen.
Oh,
thank you.
Thank you.
First question. How do you guys handle conflict resolution after debates?
It's just normal after that.
Yeah, we don't ever hold like resentment towards one another. The closest we've ever had was the Lionel thing with the top 30.
That was you. That was you and him, bro.
I was upset.
Yeah, bro.
I was legitimately like, I can't look at this man right now. I had to walk off.
But it never gets to that point.
Yeah, it never gets to that point, man.
And it never will.
Yeah. Like even after the pod, and then sometimes you'll see, like we had in the past where we'll continue the argument outside it, but it's never like, hold it. It's like we go back to next time.
I've apologized to Sebastian like 3 separate occasions, like these past 2 months.
And I keep telling him you don't even do that. Like, I don't be caring enough.
It's out of respect, just in case.
Yeah.
No.
We don't have conflict resolution issues.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. And then another 5 from Galaxy Neo. It's a second question. Let's test that out. Do you think Luffy and Blackbeard will team up to fight Emu? I think Luffy will mature as a leader and team with Blackbeard.
Too late. We already had the discussion. Okay.
No, Galaxy. I don't think it'll happen.
I think it's very possible.
I don't think Luffy's gonna team up with Blackbeard either. So, and also, I don't necessarily be like Luffy has to mature to go do so. I just think it's like, I guess Oda would have to write why would they need to, but to me it's like I don't think Luffy needs to, because also too his dream is different, also his goal is different, and I think Luffy could do it himself, because if he doesn't, then my whole argument back and forth with Sebastian is that Sebastian always says that Luffy's supposed to surpass everyone, Roger, everybody. I was like, okay, to me you also got to show that if Luffy has like help, especially against Emu all the way, I go, can we really say he's surpassing everybody when he didn't do it himself? Especially in the one-on-one battle. Like, obviously to get to his thing, because to get there you need help. Yeah. But to actually win, like, it's kind of showing it's all falling on Luffy in that way. The one-on-one battles.
Listen, bro, if Sebastian's theory is correct from last episode, then they definitely not teaming up.
We'll see. We'll see.
You have a quick answer?
I can see both. Like, every time we argue or we go to these debates, I always see both sides. I can argue both sides, because even Luffy did team up with people that Luffy would never do so on a regular basis, like Crocodile and that. But like when it was circumstantial and it was like, and there was something more to it, so I could kind of see it that way, but also could see like it's different because Blackbeard's the cause of Ace's death, and that's deeper than with him between Vivi and Crocodile. Like, that's his brother. So like that's what I'm thinking, where Luffy would subside that anger, that hatred he had for Blackbeard, because knowing what happened with Ace, that set aside to attack Emu, is like, I don't know. But like then again, so we'll see. But again, you have Jimmy talking about Blackbeard and Luffy's not caring, walking away like, I'm gonna go get something to eat. So just like, I can see both sides, so we'll see. I don't know.
All right.
It has to be good writing.
Should we do one more?
Yeah, we did have one more from Galaxy Neo, so it ties it in. $10. It says, "Please keep with the Bible, Larry. It will be difficult to read, especially Exodus, Leviticus, but I promise there is deeper context as to why certain things were said. I recommend 5-minute prayers for clarity beforehand."
Oh, that's a good tip. Yeah, because it works like meditation too. But I did step into the Exodus. I think I'm on Exodus 3 now, but I'm slowly grinding.
Let me know when you get to Exodus 23:1.
Okay, I will. I'll note that specifically. But Genesis was cool. Genesis was cool, man. I enjoyed it. A lot of vagueness, but it was cool. So we'll see. But yeah, all right, guys. So we're gonna get into the chapter. If you guys haven't liked the video, please. I hope we could get to 2,000 likes on one of these lives. I think the highest we've gotten was 1,600. Even if we get to 1,700, I'll be satisfied. I just really want to hit almost $2,000 on most of these lives moving forward, just to get more of our algorithm going to others. So thank you so much for everything.
Yeah, like just before we move on, because we did get a couple of these before the chapter started, we got a bunch of like gifted memberships already.
Yeah.
Like,
you want to shout those out?
Yeah, we got like 59 gifted memberships already.
Oh,
so
wow.
Shout out to y'all.
Jeez.
Davey D. Oaks, Broker, Villain D. Juice. There was one more in here that I just missed from a second ago. Oh man, I can't remember.
Is this the fan funding?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's in here somewhere. Project I Spent. Yeah, but thank you guys so much for sending the donations in and giving the gifted memberships up. If you guys are receiving these, please throw the Nakama fists up in the chat.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys. Yeah, so we're going to get into the chapter right now, okay? So, are you guys ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's get it. The reader request. This week's chapter opens up with another reader request titled, Norona Emu Descends. The caption at the bottom reads, Ace, Otama, and Yamato leading boar piglets on a hike down a wetlands path. In the illustration, Yamato is smiling while eating an onigiri. Otama is in the back guiding the piglets toward a larger boar, and Ace is relaxing with a drink, holding a piglet up to his face with a grin. So, what did you guys think about this week's reader request? And let's start with Lano.
I don't actually have much, and it's like one of my two of my favorite characters here, honestly, Ace and like Yamato, and
I thought you was gonna say Otama.
I actually don't care for Otama.
Yo, she one shot hold him, dog.
I'm not. I'm done with that one. But I'm just trying to think. Is that supposed to be the same boar that Odin took out?
Odin downscale?
Huh? What?
Odin downscale.
I'm not downscaling anything. I don't know if
The
that's
pig survived.
No, it survived the whole time. They stitched it back up, which I don't know how, but yeah, that was the thing. Yeah,
You remember that?
they stitched it
I
back.
do not remember that.
One, don't know how it's possible.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, that dude was dead.
It's one of the dumbest things Otis
He's a
done,
holy
bro.
knight.
It's wild.
He was a holy knight.
Larry, it's stitched.
He was a holy pig.
Like, it's stitched through.
Yeah.
But I was gonna bring that up. It's funny because like I didn't want to get into it fully because the whole gods thing. But like, and I thought of like because in Wano, I'm pretty sure they view that as like a god kind of thing.
The god pig.
Yeah, and Odin just takes it out like in 2 seconds, and now they're stitching it back. I'm like, that's funny though. But
Vajron gun would have did it, Lionel. Oh yeah, it did stitch it back together.
Stupid.
Like,
Yo, shout to him, yo, for surviving.
which is worse, that or Pell, yo?
That's worse. That's worse to me. Because I hate the Pell decision, and it's terrible, whatever. When did we bring this pig back? Like, at least Pell serves
That's
some
so funny.
purpose, bro. What is, like, you can't even take out random pigs?
yeah.
Listen, bro.
Yeah, I thought they were at least gonna eat it afterwards. Nothing.
Listen,
And it's
bro.
funny because he had other animals that get taken out.
Wait, hold on. What was the pig's reaction though?
Who stitched it? Like, who was like, because the whole point was the thing was terrorizing the people, right?
Yeah, man.
So who was like, all right, let's stitch the pig back up?
Yeah. No, I get it. It was probably Odin.
Maybe.
You know what I'm
felt
saying?
bad?
Felt
Like-
bad. You know what I'm saying?
That'd be funny if you did do that.
It's a good pig, Savannah.
But that's it. But it goes.
Good pig.
But it's stupid because it goes into like they believe that's like it's a god or type of thing. So they're like, he took out the god. We got to stick it back together or something. I'm like that concept. Like this, like viewing animals as your god is that's stupid.
You can see the stitches in the cover story too, Loki.
Is that it?
Yeah, I think. Is that not a stitch?
I don't know. I can't see it. But I get you.
But I don't really have much. I even try to think of a meaning towards this, like Yamato and Ace and everything. And I had nothing because Ace is passed and Yamato is doing whatever. So I don't know.
All right.
The only thing is, it'd be cool if they got to travel and Wano together, but they didn't do that because she's in this one. She doesn't even have the handcuffs off, so this is like a dream for both of them.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't have the handcuffs off, so like both travel. Like I guess it's a dream fan wish for both of them that they both want to travel together, either in Wano and they didn't get to do it. So like that's the only thing I got.
She's like, Ace, put the handcuffs on.
Okay.
Put them on. Put them back on.
I can't.
I can't.
Oh man.
I'm bad. I think no.
Inappropriate. Inappropriate. That's not worldly, bro.
I was just thinking in my
Not
head. She's
worldly,
like,
bro.
make
That's
sure
not-
they see stone.
Make sure they're sea stone.
Nah, that's wild, bro.
Tell me I'm being a bad son.
Okay.
At least he didn't say the exploding one.
You kidding?
What?
Nah, it's okay. All right. Anyway, Lawrence, do you want to go?
Yeah. It's always good to see Ace. I love when Oda has anything about him or involving him in the story.
Yeah.
Even though this is just a reader request, I like that he adds him in there. Wish we get more of Ace. And I can't help but think like if Yamato we're talking about, if she was to leave with Ace at that time, she would end up being Ace's right-hand woman because she is a woman, and we don't normally see that in One Piece where you have like a male man captain and there's like the right hand is a woman or anything.
Tashigi doesn't mean nothing to you?
Tashigi?
He's not pirate.
He's like,
That was a joke.
yeah. But anyway,
I said the wrong name.
You did. I be looking out for you, bro.
I be saying that all the time.
Sebastian don't care.
Lionel hasn't said my name right his whole life.
They be commenting now like Sebastian.
Sebby Webby.
Okay.
And the last thing I was gonna say is so I thought the same thing, the boar, but I actually thought it was the son of the boar that Odin cut.
Maybe.
Because
I was thinking that too.
it's a little smaller.
That's why, yeah, because it looked a lot. Because that boar that Odin cut was like huge, like it was like almost as big as like
How big?
I was gonna say like
Trap ones.
Dang it, what was it? Curie or whatever it was? Like
it's
it
a
was bigger. Right? So I'm thinking it's a lot smaller. Because I'm pretty sure the boar was. I'm still trying to go out. I'm pretty sure the boar, why it was wilding out is because the son was taken. His child was taken.
Yeah.
So it could be the child that was.
I forgot all about that.
It's probably that boar.
Yeah, so that's why I think it's that boar because it's a lot smaller.
Y'all
than here.
pulling it out.
And now it has a bunch of kids now. It's like,
I didn't mean it like that, bro. That's mad immature, Sebastian. You ain't have to laugh.
I ain't
at
even
that.
say it.
Nah, you
I didn't even laugh.
bro.
I didn't even make a noise.
You made a look, bro. I didn't mean it like that. Pause.
but yeah, I'm done.
All right, Sebs.
Yeah, I actually did enjoy this cover story, and it's funny because I'm a big proponent of Ace's passing, and I'm not a big Yamato person. But I really did like this imaginary world where like Ace and Yamato are together and they're helping raise Tama, and like I thought that was cool. Lionel mentioned, or Lawrence mentioned, I don't remember which one of y'all mentioned like what it would be like if they were accrued together. That made me think of Ace Piece, the story I was writing. Like if Ace had survived, Yamato did end up on the crew, so did Tama. So I didn't have this boar in there, but like maybe I should. I also really like the added piece of the hat that Ace is wearing.
Yeah.
It's the hat that it's not the hat, but
Orange Jr.
the Oars Jr. one, like the one that he ended up creating and giving to Oars. Like I thought, nice little tie-in to just show all of Ace's connections to Wano here. Would be cool to see them kind of grow and live together or whatever. I did ship Ace and Yamato, like when they were alive. Well, when Ace was alive and whatever. So would have been cool if they were able to make that happen. So
2 conquerors making a kid. That would have been crazy.
Been dope.
No, we've been saying that with Luffy and Boa.
Yeah, Ace and Yamato's kid and Luffy and Boa's kid.
Yeah, but there was like real love and trauma bonding here between Ace and Yamato that I don't think is there for real for Luffy and
And trauma bond is always going to go hard. You know what I'm saying?
trauma bondage. You feel me? Bring it back to the cuffs.
No.
So stupid.
I was gonna make a call me Odin joke, bro, but I'll stop.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Stop.
That's nasty.
But that's it for me.
Yeah, I think reader request is telling us that Ace likes himself some tortas. You know what I'm saying? He continues to represent my core being, and I really respect him for that because, he's holding up a pig.
You think Yamato knows how to make al pastor tacos?
Probably, bro.
You think Kaido and Yamato are
Probably
Latino, bro? Like Latino?
No.
No.
Kaido does look like that one actor.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Right?
No, I know you're talking about.
Young Kaido especially.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Marv, you think Kaido Spanish, man?
Yeah,
No.
for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. He's definitely Mongolian.
Mexican for sure.
If he pulled up in like some really tight jeans with a collared shirt tucked into his pants, I said, "I know black."
I know.
That would be really funny. Also, Yamato side boob always welcome. Listen, always. And I wish Ace was alive instead of Sabo. I gotta say it. I'm always saying it. I don't care what Ace Piece is. All right. Bring my boy back.
He's like, they're all kids.
The wrong
Wrong kid did die.
Wrong kid,
Wrong kid did die, bro. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I know black. All right. Let's do 5 super chats, and then we'll jump into the chapter, the first part. Also, guys, I'm aiming for 2,000 likes if you weren't here about that. So if you could like the video, I would appreciate so much.
Yeah, we got another gift. Oh God, another Nakama joined the ship in APA 420. Welcome. We got another 5 from Mozanik. It says, ready for a new episode of Mommy Larry, Daddy Seb, and their beautiful twin boys with a heart.
What the heck?
Wait, mommy who? Mommy Seb?
Nah.
Damn, bro.
It says Mommy Larry, bro.
No, they didn't.
Read it, bro.
I feel highly disrespected.
but it was fine and it was me.
Yeah.
Yo, that's
Most acting like there's no glazing in the community for you, bro. That's what's crazy.
I can't get called daddy, bro?
No.
Alright.
No, not here.
Anyway, another 8 months at Nago status for Mosenik. He continues and says, Larry, I caught you liking a crazy reel on IG.
What was that reel?
I can't speak to it.
They were like,
they posted
oh, yeah. That video was just funny. I like funny things on TikTok.
So the community doesn't know who be running our accounts. It's always Larry, y'all. It's never me. It's never the twins.
I'll make you think that.
It's always Larry.
Or Lionel.
It's always Larry,
What do you
bro.
think Lionel's not here on the pod? He's running the socials. Okay?
behind the scenes, you know. I don't know what he's talking about, so I don't know why I said that.
We got another 11 months at Nakama status from Straw Hat Kobe. It says, the pod is amazing. I love the mid-tier DDT. Thank you.
Yeah, that was fun.
Hashtag bang bang buggy gang.
Yeah, thank you.
Another 6 months at Yanko status from Monkey D Goku. Emu out here looking like an Otsuki clan member. I think that's from Boruto and the Naruto. I don't remember which.
Yeah, but it's Naruto.
Okay.
But they go on with it in Boruto.
We got another 2 from Villain. It says, emu face reveal before Dragon does anything. Hashtag.
That is crazy.
That is kind of crazy.
It's not that crazy.
That's kind of
We
crazy.
knew
bro.
this was happening. Bro.
That's kind of crazy.
We knew it, Seb.
That's
you didn't want to admit it.
That's kind of wild, bro.
You didn't wanna
Wait,
admit
does
it.
saving Luffy count? I feel like that counts a little bit.
No.
No.
He doesn't get that now.
And then 10 gifted memberships from Astromac. Thank you, Astro.
Thank you. You want to do? Let's just do 2 more.
All right.
Yeah.
Another 15 months at Warlord status from Wise Life. It says, honored to be with the GOATs for this long. Will Luffy experience a loss as tough as Ace by end of series? Hashtag Sebatino. Hashtag Larmu tax heavy today. Hashtag do he got critical mass though?
I hope Usopp. Well, we've answered this.
That would be the only one that could do it to me.
Wait, what was it?
Will Luffy experience a loss as tough as Ace by the end of the series?
Yeah.
Yeah, you think somebody else is gonna pass?
I don't, but if it were to happen, the only person that could fulfill that to me would be Usopp.
Yeah.
Yeah. We talked about it so many times. Yeah.
Yeah. Because like even if Garp passed or Rayleigh passed, I don't think it would hit Luffy the same. You know?
And that would have to be like.
What?
You disagree?
Yeah, I think that Garp would equally, or Sabo would equally, be the same way for Luffy.
As much as Usopp or Ace?
I think the only person that Luffy really distinguishes from the rest of the crew, like in terms of importance, is Zoro.
Man, we'll go all day.
Yeah,
on
we
that
talked
one.
about this too, though.
But I'm more so mean that you think Rayleigh or Garp would have the same weight to Luffy as a crew member, is what I'm saying. Because I don't agree with that.
Yeah, Rayleigh more like Vivi for me in Luffy's mind. Garp is his actual family.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like I guess I just disagree. I don't know. I can't. Yeah,
No, I
it's
get
fine.
it. I get it.
The only I can think of is like, not saying that Luffy has his view towards Usopp, but I'm linking it to like Yu Yu Hakusho. Where you had
Genkai?
no, remember when Cool Bar passed, and it was like the one out of all the crew members, the one that Yusuke was most protective of because he was the weakest. And we kind of seen not exactly this before with Luffy, but remember going back to when Frankie and his crew beat down Usopp, and it was like, all right, you couldn't protect you're this Yonko level strength, but you still couldn't protect your knockout as an Usopp, and Imu's the one that takes Emu that we're seeing now takes him out. So adding to the beef between Luffy and Emu takes out Usopp, saying that you can't protect anything.
I can't believe I forgot about Shanks.
Yo, low
kind of
key,
wild. I completely forgot
I think
about
Luffy would care more about the Don than Usopp.
you just lying to yourself.
She is, bro. She raised that boy. But anyway, let's get back into the chapter. So we're gonna enter the first part of the chapter, guys. There's 3 parts. If you haven't liked the video, like I said, I'm trying to hit 2,000 likes. So thank you so much for the like and all the super chats. We're gonna read them, so please wait on it. All right. This chapter opens up with Emu walking silently when someone calls out asking, "Great Emu, did I hear that right?" We then shift to the Hall of Power inside Pangea Castle in Marijoa, where the Gorosei are gathered. Workery asks Emu to confirm, does this mean they intend to go to Elbaf? Jupiter quickly objects, pleading that Emu must not descend to the lower world. At that moment, Garling enters the hall, warning the others not to grow too comfortable. Did they really believe the Holy Land would remain safe forever? Mars acknowledges his arrival, and Garling continues, explaining that his son Shamrock, the leader of the Holy Knights, has returned and stabilized the situation in Marijoa. However, the lower world's plan to starve them is still ongoing. Dignity and power won't fill their stomachs. What they need now is military force to keep the world under control. And then there's the former Navy headquarters. Before he could finish, Garling receives a call. On the other end, someone urgently demands to know where the food is, pointing out that this shortage is far from celestial dragon-like. We then cut to the power plant in Marijoa, where York, one of Vegapunk's satellites, is throwing a tantrum on her back. Garling reminds her that he warned her about the food shortage. However, the key to breaking this siege lies in her invention, the Mother Flame. If she wants to live like the celestial dragons, she needs to hurry and produce that energy. York complains, saying she's hungry, and this wasn't part of the deal. Garling coldly responds that her original self, Vegapunk, is among the rebels opposing them, so this is her way of taking responsibility. Frustrated, York hangs up. Garling sits down, reflecting that everything has gone wrong since the arrival of Nika. Is it coincidence or fate? Jupiter once again urges Emu not to leave Pangea Castle, suggesting they send Navy admirals to Elbaf instead. But Emu continues walking. Ethan points out that there are too many crises unfolding at once. Workery proposes that the Gorosei themselves should take action in the field. Emu then declares that none of this is coincidence, arrogance, sloth, detachment, pride. They must cast these aside. Everything is preordained. Emu reflects on a series of pivotal moments. Rox's promise to return, Roger's final words, the birth of Shirahoshi, Shanks stealing the Nika fruit, Harold's dangerous secret in Elbaf, Loki's actions at sea, Whitebeard protecting Luffy, Blackbeard's rise, and King Cobra speaking the name of Nefertari D. Lili. Emu mentions Joy Boy and Davy Jones, stating that they continue to torment Emu. Then, revealing a personal desire, Emu expresses interest in Vivi. As Emu steps into an abyss circle, they say, it all began long before this. The Gorosei call out again, but Emu ignores them, declaring, the Holy Land, I leave to thee. The Gorosei begin to protest, but Garland cuts them off, stating they have no right to stop Emu. Mars looks on with concern, and Workery starts to question what it means if Emu leaves the castle. But Ethan interrupts, saying there's no need to say it aloud. They all understand. Jupiter concludes that by Emu's design, none of them can prevent this. Emu then disappears into the Abyss Circle. So, starting with Law, what did you think about the opening of this chapter, bro?
Okay, so to me, it seems like Garling agrees or wants Emu to go down to the lower world. I guess to get things done or moving. You know, it's like through his statements before about saying, do you think we're always going to be protected and that stuff? I think he's like, no, I agree with Emu. I don't know how much he was listening because he was in the outer room, but the way he just pulled up is already saying, nah, Emu should go for whatever. Like, he's going to get things done because he views Emu as greater than all of them, and he's, I guess, strong enough to do so, right? And York, I thought, you are a Vegapunk too. Why don't you just make that machine that was popping out food on Egghead to kind of solve the crisis here on on Mary Jo?
I didn't even think of that.
Just make that that machine
what?
pop out food. I'll go. Why you think I want food? You literally created the answer to this problem on Egghead. Who knows how long ago? Just do it again.
Do you think they could just make that on a whim, bro?
They don't have the resources and the technology to make it.
I'm saying I don't know that they could just recreate technology like that in a day or whatever. How long has York been? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how long it's been for them to do this. Like,
I would have thought that would have been like priority.
Yeah.
But even then, like they'd have to have this at least a similar structure of the lab to recreate that. You know?
It's a vending machine.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure it's a vending machine, bro.
It's not though.
But it's a
not
vending machine
just a
that's
vending
making legit food.
It's using like
that?
photon light rays to create food.
Yeah.
Like it's not like, okay, I'm plugging this in. Like, no, bro. Like you have to create that.
But they also have like the mother flame for an energy source.
Yeah,
So,
like, that's all there. They even got the sun at its disposal.
Little baby motherfucker.
Yeah, but they just need for a vending machine. You need what, like a tiny drop, like a speck.
But hold on. This is my issue with y'all thinking. We don't know what it takes to make that for real. Like how long it took Vegapunk to create that machine on Egghead. You know what I'm saying? For them to relocate to a different lab and be like, all right, I can just make like. I don't think that's plausible.
I think there's a difference between inventing something and having something that's already made with blueprints.
Word.
Okay,
You know what I'm saying?
And it's all up here already.
Yeah, and it's right there.
that's
so
fine.
like I can just make
but
this
if
at
you
any
know
point.
and that might be the solution. What I'm saying is, we don't know how much resources, what those blueprints entail. Having the blueprint and having the knowledge to do something doesn't mean you could just do it on a whim.
Nah, bro. I'm calling plot.
But I was gonna
Plot
ask,
hole, bro.
But I was gonna ask, how much does York contain Vegapunk's actual intelligence?
It's still a Vegapunk.
Yeah.
And that's what I thought so too, but her job was just eating and sleeping. Like she really did no work. Like I'm like that. I wonder how much is actual Vegapunk? Because we see Lili, like, yeah, she's the portrayal of more of the Vegapunk as we know. You know the cyborg one, and you know what's that guy's name? The mask. What's his name?
Shaka?
Yeah, Shock. Like they gave off more of a personality and intelligence of Vegapunk. York, I haven't really seen that yet at all from her. She's the only one that I question. Like, are you really just I'm Vegapunk, a satellite, but I'm only my job is just eating and using the bathroom? That I don't contain.
York has showed aptitude.
Okay.
She outsmarted the Vegapunks for a time.
York is like a deadbeat mom, bro.
That's
She's a big old brat.
She's a
Spoiled brat.
You just there to use up everything. Use anything.
all right, man.
It's like, do something. Wash a dish.
She's supposed to be working. She's talking about food.
She hungry, man.
You know she be eating a lot.
She do.
Mm-hmm. That gives me more importance on the vending machine.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like, why are you worried about them?
And to me, it's like, as a Vegapunk, are you hungry? Like, I feel like this should be your drive to put this in motion.
Yeah.
To feed yourself. All right, in the past, I made a food vending machine. Now I'm going to feed myself, but I'm also proving my worth again to the Celestial Dragons or Gorsi members of why I should be here.
Listen, bro.
That's how I question the York thing.
They don't know how to take accountability. All right, Law? No, I'm joking. Awkward silence.
All right. So, and honestly, I don't know why, but I get the feeling that the original Gorsi members don't like Garling being one of them. I don't know why. The way he walked up into the room, I was like, yo, the way they looked at him, and he's doing all this talking, they're just like, this guy.
Yeah.
And then after he's done
Here
talking,
you go again.
Yeah.
Mr. Woke.
Yo, for real.
You just got here.
You just got here. You ain't been here.
Because
Where's Saturn at, man?
Because he says all of this, and they're just like, anyway, so Emu, like, you know, like, yo, garlic man, shut up. You ain't really one of us, man. Because they legit all look at him and don't really respond to him.
They don't.
They just kind of like, and they kind of have this look on, just like, they're kind of like grilling him.
Yeah.
You know?
It might be the hair. Because most of them don't got hair like that. You know what I'm saying?
He do look kind of
Like,
crazy.
even Jupiter got, like, the comb over, so he might be balding. We don't know.
What's his name? Got hair. What's his face? Mars. He got luxurious little locks, man. He got something going on.
Listen, bro, as a bald fellow, I could tell you, somebody with really nice hair be upsetting me, bro.
That's crazy.
Like, why him? Just an instant hater.
That's crazy.
Even if he's a good dude, handing out turkeys to the hood. I'm like, why him?
You don't need hair for that.
They still do that? They still do the handing turkeys out thing?
You know they got to. For tax purposes.
ShopRite be doing it.
Oh my god.
ShopRite be doing it.
Yeah, man.
All right. Anything else, Lo?
Yeah, I got a little more.
Yeah.
I got a little more. Anyway, and Emu thinking back on all what happened, it's like he's realizing that all these events weren't random coincidences, as the 5 elders were thinking, but they were all actually connected, and more like a chain of events, all being moved along by inherited will. Those of Joy Boy, Davy Jones, and possibly even Nika as well. That is also leading up to this. That is all leading up to this timeline, like what they learned about on Laugh Tale, about the Void Century that Roger mentioned, and him mentioning that it was too early for them, right? And then Odin even wrote about it in his journal, and his wife said it before. His wife Toki said it before she passed, and sending Momo and them to the future. Emu realized no matter how hard he tried to prevent this from happening, it was all bound to happen. Like all these chain of events leading up to this moment now, where you have where you saw Luffy as Joy Boy, and I guess Blackbeard as Anika. Right? And I think it's very interesting because I just thought of something, because he goes into these thoughts, right? And then he sees, all right, you could kind of like, all right, Luffy, Joy Boy, I guess he has the fruit or whatever, right? But then you're looking at Blackbeard as he says Davy Jones, right? When he's cutting up the picture of the Wano poster, it's like, do the Davy Jones clan have like some type of like showing? Because I thought of, how did Garling find out that these members? It's been like 800
like a
years.
tell or something.
Yes, because it's been like 800 years. You go to God Valley. Oh, the Davy Jones clan are here.
You just know when they scruffy and got big lips. I just know them Davies. Even going racist as hell.
Yo, maybe.
I seen him. I knew it.
Smell him.
I can smell him. I can hear the rap music.
I'm actually thinking. That's stupid. I actually think it was
Yo, it's so racist.
Shanks'
right?
mother. Because she lived at God Valley. She probably knew of the Davy clan.
Or she just accidentally spoke on it. That's
Not
like,
knowing that Garling, that's her.
The Davy clan be real nice to me. And he'd be like, oh, word?
It'd be like that.
They live out here?
It'd be like that. It'd be like that white girl in the hood who'd be like, "Yeah, I'm black too," and she's like, "Yo, I'm Davy as well." I'm Davy. He was like, "Damn, you are." Makes me like you more, girl.
I can't.
Garling had that when you chilling with Fawn and she reveals something about her past that tells you they'll never be your wife.
That's so crazy.
Yo, listen, man. Her past doesn't matter, bro.
That is
Who
crazy.
cares about her past, bro?
It's
It's about who she is now.
That's so crazy because we know what happens to her, bro. Like, that's.
That's just so stupid.
Yeah, seriously, bro.
That's stupid, man.
But I was just curious because, like, how they found out about Blackbeard, Because we no hint that Blackbeard's a Davy to them, but Emu's kind of recognizing that he is. And then also, we even look into Saturn even saying, you're talking about his lineage. So I guess they kind of figure it out, or they know somehow. But how would they? So I'm thinking, what is their tell that you could be able to identify?
They found out that Blackbeard
Is a Davy Jones member.
I was going to bring it up. I think, honestly, is that moment when Shamrock told the Gorosei that he found. I was going to bring this up that I think I want to talk about certain power. I think that's when Shamrock found out, I think Rox had a kid and it's Blackbeard and he survived. I really think that's what happened.
Damn, the whole family hating on you?
I let it fuck. You're thinking it's Shanks.
Yo, the
Blackbeard was
whole
Shamrock.
family hating on you.
Yo, Pops, you'll never believe it.
Yeah, man. You know that?
Oh, it could be that.
You know that girl you was messing with?
Now what are you talking about?
You mean your mama?
Yeah,
her.
That's horrible.
Yeah, her. That girl. What's her name, bro? What's her name, bro?
That's horrible.
It don't matter. It don't matter. What you talking about, son?
Yo.
And then the Shamrock like, I want to be just like you, Dad.
Giddy, where you at?
Dang, Mom.
That got dark,
I'm sorry.
Yo, respect Giddy.
Wow.
Respect.
Oh my
respect.
God.
Hey, yo.
That's crazy.
sorry.
Nah,
I went too
that
far.
was crazy, bro.
Hey, you said the name wrong.
You got me saying it wrong.
Yo.
I'm sorry.
Respect Jenny, bro.
All right, and then
You made me throw up.
That was
sorry.
wild.
That was too far.
Okay.
Too far.
And the last thing I'm going to mention is I think there's something more to it about Emu leaving Mary Joel Castle, which is given like by what they're saying, like because even they say something that's kind of interesting, right? Like Emu in the lower world, you are right, and then. He says you don't have to say it. We all know like if Emu leaves the castle, what this means. So I think it may be tied to like I have something a little bit at the end there, but I think there's something hinting more to the significance of Emu leaving the castle and the Holy Land itself that they're playing on here. But that's all I have.
Okay. Seb, you want to go next or you want me to go to Lionel?
Yeah, I can go.
Right.
So I really found the beginning of this chapter fascinating for a couple reasons. Lawrence highlighted a few of them. One was I had a similar thought about Garling and his interaction with the Gorosei, but my mind went somewhere else. And it's something that I don't remember who it was. I don't know if it was in Discord or a call-in or something about Garling having some additional motivations or ulterior motives because he's so like in support of Emu leaving, seemingly. Like, I know you're new here and everything, but is this all just a power grab? Like a power vacuum grab for Garling to move not just him, but his son up along the ladder. And if Emu's gone, I mentioned last week about Blackbeard taking the empty throne. Is this a ploy for Garling to make that kind of play? I don't know. I don't know much about his character at this point. He seems more like a good old boy trying to help, but like, is it just kind of a farce? It's just interesting dynamic to me because I got the same feeling. Like the Gorosei and him aren't really on the same page or meshing well.
Yeah.
So far, anyway. I did really like the conversation that they were having with York because the Mother Flame was in the background,
It was.
and I was like, we getting some progress here. Like I don't know what that means exactly. I didn't think of the vending machines. It's something that they should be doing. I just don't agree with that. It should already be built. Like that's crazy to me. I also really did like the notion that they were basically speaking on everything that's happening in the world. And as One Piece fans, you know, some of the best moments we get are when we get these wider views of what's happening across the seas. And even right now in Mary Joie, like he highlights Shamrock's come back and quelled whatever the issue was a little bit. But last time we checked in, there was something going on with the food shortages, and whether it was revolutionaries or the Blackbeard Pirates, we don't know exactly. We saw Lafitte having some sort of game plan at the docks when they were going up down with the food. So it's like, what exactly is happening? How did Shamrock quell it, deal with it? Like, St. Venus Jura was speaking on, there's just too much stuff going on. We can't send the admirals because apparently the admirals are also dealing with whatever situations are happening outside in the world. Is it the Cross Guild? Is it the Blackbeard Pirates? Is it the revolutionaries? We don't know. And I'm like so curious to know like what's happening because all this stuff be happening across the world while we're in our isolated countries of like Elbaf, Wano, Egghead, whatever. And it's like the world continues to move. Like it's one of the things about One Piece that's so great. Things are happening nonstop. Like everybody's out for whatever they're out for, and they're not going to stop and let Luffy go on about his journey, and it won't factor into what they're doing.
Yeah.
So I love that that's continued here, and like these are the people who have to deal with it. This is the top of the world. Like this is the problems of the world. These are the people in charge who have to deal with whatever happens, and like the person who's in charge of them is like, well, I'm leaving. And they're reacting accordingly because they're like, whoa, that's not what we're supposed to be doing here. Like, send us, send an admiral, send this. And they're giving all these like recommendations to him. But deep down, they all know there's nothing you say. If his mind is made up, Emu's gonna go. And the end of that section of the chapter is very interesting to me because it's phrased as, by Emu's design, there's nothing we would be able to do. And I was like, what does you mean by that exactly? Like, is it some sort of part of the contract where you just absolutely can't disobey? Is it when I leave, something specifically happens to them where they get a reduction in power? Like, I don't know what it means exactly, but I was so interested in it because the phrasing itself was just really, really, really interesting to me. In terms of the people Emu had looked back onto, I had the same thought as Lawrence about the inherited will and being passed down over generations. I did want to say, big ups to Larry, because he talked about the importance of rocks last episode we had. And I gave some pushback there in terms of like how dangerous he was to the world and whether he should be looked at in the same vein as Roger. And Larry's consistently have said, well, Emu views rocks in this way. And I've always painted it as like, no, it's Roger's treasure, it's Roger's story, it's Roger's this and that. But in these moments, it's still rocks that he thinks of first. And I have to give credence to that. Like, I know I'm a narrative scaler, I'm a narrative this and that. It's still rocks that he thinks of in these moments. Whether or not I believe Roger's stronger, it's not important right now. Emu views rocks as a catalyst before he thinks of Roger. And it's important. Like, that's a thing. And I don't know, obviously there's a tie to the Davy clan that alludes to that. But I do want to give Rocks more credit because I haven't given him as much. You know what I'm saying? And
you barely have.
Listen.
Okay.
Listen, this is me old enough to that. He was the first person.
Do you want to join the club?
No, I'm good. It's still Roger
give
gang.
free lemons
It's still,
on Saturday.
It's still Roger gang.
3 p.m.
But I did really like him thinking back to Rocks in that moment. Like, I will be back. And like, maybe it's just me. I really liked how Oda decided to panel this. Because a lot of people are complaining about Oda's panel work in this chapter specifically for other reasons, but this specific page I liked because it starts with Rocks and then it ends on the same page with Blackbeard.
Yeah.
So I kind of liked how it flowed this
That was
way.
cool.
And then it's like, you know what I'm saying? Regardless of my theory, whatever, but I just like that this is his son. This is the only surviving potential clan member of the Davy clan, and this is where it ended up at. But the flow of time, like Shirahoshi's birth, Shanks stealing the devil fruit. Although I think these two should be swapped, but whatever, I don't know.
Yeah, that's why. So people were saying it's in chronological order.
I don't think it is.
But it is to a degree. But the Harold and Shanks situation should be swapped if it was.
Yeah.
Which I tried to point out, but nobody's like, nah, yo.
Yeah, no, I don't think
Rock
it is.
sucks.
I do think.
I'm like, all right.
I do think that there was a bit of an inconsistency here too, because last chapter Emu was like, okay, so you're the one who was the mist thing going on or whatever with the ships, and then in this chapter it's like we found out who the pirate captain is in the mist. It's Loki.
Yeah.
I was like, so you knew who it was, bro, but I guess it's not the exact same. Like he didn't know Loki had the Nidhogg, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
But like it just seemed weird when I was reading it. Like that seemed kind of dumb. Now they spoke on fate here. I want to get into all that, but Emu saying it's all preordained is interesting because you still decided to take the action you're taking now. So what is preordained about that? You know what I'm saying? Like
I have an answer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it's like you're because
it's like why even act?
Nah,
You know, it's like if it's all preordained, why even go? If I don't go, it's preordained.
To me, a lot of the point of One Piece, or at least especially in the post-time skip, is being able to take charge of your own destiny. Yeah. Right? It's like the whole central focal point, or at least subtext behind the Katakuri Luffy fight, where it's like, yeah, you can predict the future, but if I will myself enough, I can change the future. And Capone outright like says that to Katakuri live, like in one of those chapters.
You're right.
So this is Emu. I don't care if it's preordained.
Right.
I will take action to change whatever is supposed to happen. I was just on Elbaf and I saw the Nidhogg and I saw Nika. And instead of sitting back and waiting for them to come to me, I'm going to act. Mm-hmm. So I was like, I love that. And another thing, on this pod, I have come at Emu for seeming more like an Orochi type, a Spandam type.
I don't know why.
He still acts cowardly at times. He still listen. I still stand on the fact that he acted those ways when he did. But, and I guess I can wait to the end of the chapter to give him his full credit. But the leaving to go handle the fine, I'll do it myself actions that he's taking right now.
Bro, he had that Thanos moment.
This is what I want. This is what I want from Emu.
Thug move.
And to close out, I will say this too.
Saga.
I will say this too. I know I'm not a big Vivi person. Mm-hmm. I never really have been.
Right.
But I am actually excited to see how they tie her back into all this.
I got a beautiful tie-in.
Okay. Because obviously she's
It's a stupid theory, but you'll like it.
She's a descendant of this Nefertari D. Lili person, and she is one of the 20 kingdoms that, like she is that, right?
Yeah.
I'm very curious as to how she will actually tie in, and I have like a very mini thought process that I do want to shout out Miracle D. Mayo for, because he hit me in the DMs about it. So I'll bring it up later because it ties into what he, like, just towards the end of the chapter. Okay. So I'll close there, but I was hyped, bro. I was mad hyped.
This chapter was so good.
I was hyped. I was like, I was hyped, bro.
Let's go.
It's like we've been reading for so long for these moments. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Even just the build up to this moment.
Yeah, bro.
And I'm like,
it was exciting.
I loved every bit of it. But that's it for me.
Yeah. Lana. Man, she just threw up. That was crazy. What? He just kept talking. He just looked at Marv the whole time he was talking like Marv was expecting him to clean it up.
I was gonna say this last chapter, because what Emo says, pretty much I'm gonna be leaving the Holy Land, or maybe John, however you say it. But did anybody think of Doflamingo?
About what?
About pretty much I like him leaving, like him being the king, him being this, and they didn't expect Doflamingo to leave. And pretty much then Doflamingo just like, and he's hearing what's going on, hearing what's bad, like, things are not working out. So Doflamingo decides, no, I'm going to go myself.
Yeah, on Punk Hazard. When stuff is going wrong with Virgo and Monette.
Oh, he goes to Punk Hazard.
He left. He didn't have a discussion with his people beforehand. He just left. And they reacted to him leaving. But I had the same feeling. And people were bringing it up in the Discord and on some of the YouTube channels and stuff.
Well, technically, he did leave because he talked to them before they passed.
No, I mean, like, do you know how Emu was getting, like, he's talking to the Gorse? Oh,
yeah.
Doflamingo didn't have, like, that moment with his people. Like, you shouldn't leave, whatever.
Oh,
he just left, and they're like, he left again? Like, this is something that he does or whatever. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, Lionel could.
Yeah, because I thought of that, because, like, I'm skipping a little bit, but it's going to what Garland said. There's one thing after another. And he said, it all started with the arrival of Nika. That I go back, because I'm trying to think of the timing of things. And it's just funny that Garling says that. Then you hear, I went back to chapter 1140. And that's when, what's that dude's name? Shepard goes to Shamrock to bring him, back, saying like, yo, like, pretty much they need you at, the Holy Land. He said it's really dire there. Like, pretty much, because he said you're leaving? Like, the other guy, I forgot the horse dragon person.
Killing him?
Yeah, killing him says, you're leaving, right? And he's just like, and Shamrock's like, I am? And he says, yo, how bad it is over there. Like, we need you there right now. And I was just like, and pretty much, and so it'll be your benefit. And he said, like, because then he says, it's all gone wrong ever since the Reverie. And if you look at the Reverie, the time of the Reverie is shortly close to the time when Luffy goes to his Nika form and he fights Kaido. So ever since then, the Reverie and Luffy turning Nika, you have the Reverie happens, them attacking, Marijoa. Then later on, even kind of says to Kuma, the revolutionary just come, and now you're here. And he's talking to Kuma like, you come out of nowhere, wreaking havoc at the Holy Land. Now, a brief moments later, you hear the gondolas breaking with the food short, with the food's bringing the food, and now you hear Lafitte in the Holy Land watching those things blow up, setting up, preparing for something. It's just like, it was, and all these are a short time. Like, they're not, like, maybe a couple of days or weeks, but they're all consecutive ever since that moment happened. Now, they're just saying, like, because if you look at the past, they never got hit consecutively like this at all. They were fine until these things happened. And I thought it was just funny that Luffy, again, they're fearing Nika, but it's Lee, Sabo, and Dragons ones who are causing the Holy Land from the beginning, all this. They're the ones who attacked it, and they're the ones who are doing their food, not able to get access food. Yeah. The fire thing, I don't know if that's Lafitte or somebody else, we don't know, but like clearly they're saying they're preparing for something. And I find it interesting, but I do find that, like, I wonder what Blackbeard's goal, because his goal was in the beginning, not full beginning, but, he has a plan here for a larger goal or outcome. But he wanted Fullerland to be
Pirate Paradise.
A Pirate Paradise connected to the
world government.
World government that they, so I forgot what it's called, but like he wanted that. But you're also having Lafitte going to the Holy Land doing whatever. And we don't know if they're the cause of the fires or somebody else caused it. Because for a minute, it could be the man with the burnt scar doing this, or somebody else, or another agenda, or this is what Sabo and them did in the background as well. So we don't know. But like, we're thinking it's Lafitte because of what he said. And that factors are in dire situations. They're showing like multiple times, like Emu's really getting upset and frustrated, and they're like, "Yo, send Shamrock to help." And the fact is like, Emu, what are you doing? Because it's happening in your homeland. And you're just still sitting in your castle, just...
Yeah, all of them.
Yeah, just what are y'all doing? Like, y'all coming at other people for not doing something. You're the higher-ups, you're the power, you're the strength. Protect your homeland. But, I don't know, man. I'm like, when I saw that, I was just like, bro.
Well, they don't want to show their true form.
True.
To the celestial dragons that are living under them.
But I'm thinking, but this is what I was thinking of. This is the first time, though, that your Holy Land, to our knowledge, got attacked like this. To our knowledge. Because, like, you only have 3 animals. They only could do so much with pirates and and especially what we see what the Marines are dealing with Crosskill, what they're doing. So just like, and I look at they're getting attacked on both ends. Their world government's getting attacked directly, and now the Marines are getting attacked in a different way. They're like, this is the direst situation they've ever been, like ever, to our knowledge.
Yeah.
And they're all thinking it's Nika's fault. Since he ever appeared, all these negative bad things are happening. And I thought it was just funny. Just it's all coincidental, but just the timing was just like. It's just so like...
It's like, bro, we're getting bang-ganged, bro.
Okay.
I said it backwards.
You did.
Yeah,
I don't know if that helps.
But... and I just thought it was just funny.
It's friendly fire.
So I thought the whole Doflamingo thing, when it's the same process, your plans are not working out, so you said you just got so upset, I'm just going to go and handle it myself. Especially knowing these two, are involved. And it's funny, both times were Luffy.
Yeah.
Luffy and, Law, 2Ds. This one's Luffy and Loki. But I thought it was interesting, Nika. Emu was getting so frustrated and upset and thinking about it. Now he's just thinking of all the people that has effect on something to do with the past, the ancient history, and them targeting him or targeting things that he said are forbidden. And it's a series of certain things. And you see him, like, all of them are tied to the things that he wants, like erased.
Yeah.
The only thing is, like, I'm still trying to actually put Neptune with it. Like, Neptune, like, Shirahoshi. Like, I still don't... She's there, but she's not as focused on as the others. Like, the other, like, the Void Sentry, the Davy clan, and, like, the One Piece. Like, they're more focused on, like, scared-wise for Emu. I'm not exactly sure Shirahoshi's, like, purpose in all why Emu finds that threatening. Besides Noah and the Fishman coming up and her maybe destroying, whatever, but like, because she can control the Neptunians or something like that?
Neptunians, yeah. Well, she's probably rumored to have been Poseidon. Or Emu probably knows that Poseidon's supposed to be born.
But the thing is,
a mermaid.
But that's what I'm thinking, like, my thing is, how is that a threat to you? That's like,
What do you mean? It's an ancient weapon, bro.
But the thing is, like, I get it, but like, imagine, but for instance, we know other things that could be a threat if you use it, not how to use it against Emu and otherwise.
Are you saying how? Hold on. Are you asking how the ancient weapon of Poseidon specifically would be able to hurt Emu? Okay, so I kind of get what you're saying because they're underwater, but if you use this mother flame and the world floods, the most dominant race would be the fishermen and these like people who have these abilities. Like,
not only that though, but if she can control every Sea King that she wishes, like we saw the Sea Kings, they're bigger than fish, like the Noah.
And for all we know, that could just be the tip of the iceberg of what that ability could be.
Right. So it's like if I sent all these Neptunians and just crashed into the red line, they could just break the red line.
And that's what goes into, like, all right, and that's what I don't understand. If you have, because I don't fully understand the threat level, how it's going to be a threat level to him to a degree, and what you guys just said, is that, that's true, then why are you making fishermen your enemies? When you could just have that, another ancient weapon on your side. Like, if you see how Franklin's treating fishermen and treating Jinbei, and if you have that same mindset, you're making an enemy for no reason. When you could, how you control, manipulate things, like you're trying to get Elbath this time. Why not try to do this? So you could have had Elbath and you could have had a Fisherman Island. Now you have the Elbath army and an ancient weapon on the other side, which you already have with the what you did to Lucia. So just like that's the part I didn't understand. I'm looking,
but it's not as though they weren't willing to capitulate with Orihime and have the Fishman like people join the reverie. Like they were willing to do that. You know what I'm saying? It took her, but they were still willing to. Like, Evil's not going to deny help. You know what I'm saying?
No, but my thing is, even how they're treating him. And off that, you saw Shirahoshi. If you know Shirahoshi is the daughter of Neptune, that's the ancient weapon right there.
Saying you should have just did what?
I mean, it's different. Like, you could just took her, whatever, if you wanted to. But, like, again, I feel like you could have been better ways. Like, sometimes it's like, oh, she's an ancient weapon, and you act like you're not caring about it at all. Like, you're not thinking of it at all. You're not making actions to obtain it or do anything about it. But now I hear you're thinking of it when we see more actively. You go out of your way to stop people going after One Piece. Yeah. Like, you're going out of your way to, you're going out of your way to get the Nika fruit. You're going away. You see him actually trying to do it. I see no action whatsoever towards Shirahoshi. Not a little bit.
And I'm not trying to make linger here, but why is that, Lionel? Whitebeard and Big Mom were the people protecting Fishman Island in name. Like, the world government don't have the resources to just go up against Yonkos all the time.
But that was before. Like, that was 20 years ago.
20 years ago, Whitebeard was covering it. During the 2-year gap, Big Mom was covering it. So it's like, unless I want to go to war with the Yonko for this child, I'll deal with it another way or another time. Like that's the thought process. No, like that's the point of the Yonko. Unless you're saying it doesn't matter, just risk it.
I get that, but I'm talking about. I know Shirahoshi wasn't born yet, and I guess the gap between because I don't know if there was another ancient weapon before Shirahoshi because again, how many years? Like 800 years or whatever. So I don't know, whatever. But my point is, why didn't you try to get Fishman Island under your bag from the get-go?
Well, Lionel, remember, like I think they said, I don't know what was the distance between the last Poseidon until now.
They never said when the previous Poseidon
passed. But it was
passed,
during like the Joy Boy era.
She had to have lived during Joy Boy's era because Joy Boy and Poseidon have to exist together, from what Queen Orihime said.
Okay, so that, like I'm saying, Lionel, is that beforehand. There's no way you know when Poseidon's going to be born. It's been almost like 1,000 years, and Poseidon hasn't come up at all. You know, so it's kind of like why keep watching something that's not happening?
And the other thing is, based on what's said here, it seems Neptune had a daughter.
Yeah,
it's an ancient weapon. That's okay. I'm gonna keep eyes on that girl because she could be an ancient weapon. Because Neptune had a daughter. I probably know the prophecy it will be a daughter. It'll be a woman.
That's what I'm talking about, how much Imu knows. Because, like, I don't know if Imu ever went to Elbath. There's probably he never did it. Mm-hmm. So, like, he probably doesn't know that mirror wall, whatever. Yeah. But he still has to know a lot more than anybody. Like, if this prophecy is a thing and the Poneglyphs are a thing and it's telling you this, my thinking, I always thought, we never thought Ibu knows what's on those Poneglyphs too, as well? So he knows all the timing of what's supposed to happen around this time. So you know that prophecy, you know the timing. Where's your action of actually preventing it? Because I see you doing other stuff. You try to find the Nika fruit, and it's like somehow has a way of it's moving. And there's certain things in Elbath you didn't get to do because like giants, whatever. But there's other things that you had in your power to stop or get or attain. And you're still not acting on it. And now you're getting frustrated because things are not working out when it's the time of the prophecy right now.
Yeah.
So that's like his knowledge and his lack of acting and now his anger towards it.
To me, this is one of Emu's big mistakes. And maybe this is probably too much. I'm not going to hold him against it. But one of his biggest mistakes, and I guess it's tricky because like he's almost finding out things too late. Mm-hmm. What he should have did, kind of like what Anel did. Right? You know how Anel, granted, it was through his ability, he was keeping tabs on everything that was happening, so he could hear, right? But that was like through special reasons why you do it. Emo should have been somehow posting up things where he could hear, like stuff you're looking out for. Like I don't know how you would do it, but like if you're worried about Poseidon being born, you got to put away that you get this information to you right away. So that's what I'm thinking the whole Anel thing, where you could hear what's going on, then you would hear Poseidon and stuff like that.
I mean, he based off the flashback, he heard about it as soon as she was born.
But he didn't know it was Poseidon, like you said. He didn't know it was Poseidon.
How would you know? Unless it triggers some sort of something that happens.
No, you would hear it though. Like for example, them because like you hear
Hear it around the world. Instead
What
of
was
Jack
it?
Hearing aid around the world.
like you heard Neptune talking to Harold, and then you also heard Neptune cautious about Roger approaching up. Was like, "Yo, someone's supposed to come around this time." Remember the whole prophecy. So it's twice you hear Neptune kind of mentioning the prophecy to two people, right? So that's where you kind of get word, like, all right, the timeline is here when my daughter.
I don't think what. I gotta stop buttoning. I don't think what you're asking is feasible at all.
Yeah.
He'd have to have a mole or something to get inside Ryokugo, whatever castle,
Yeah.
into the throne room where kings talk.
Right.
Who is getting him this? How is he getting that?
He should have had his own Virgo. That's what he should
No,
I was like, how, bro? He would have to have like finessed the queen somehow.
but this is where to me, like you have Lily the Knight.
Yo, put her under a covenant.
Oh my god!
Put Queen Oda
Hey,
under a
oh,
covenant.
you want freedom of Fishman Island?
You have to do what I say, not your husband. Cook City. I should stop.
I'm not saying all that, but I'm thinking you have.
Covenant is crazy.
That's wild. I'm saying you have the knights,
Bro.
right? To me, it's like the knights. They can just pose as not as knights, but as regular celestial dragons, and then plant like a hidden death. Because like for example, what I mean is,
bro.
you know how they did it for Vegapunk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They did it for Vegapunk.
Yeah.
Right? So you have a knight pose as a regular celestial dragon to these areas, these kingdoms, and then you plant what you planted on Vegapunk and his thing, so you kind of get a wind of see or visual or hear kind of what's going on here. You know?
Yeah.
That's what he should have did, I'm saying. But I'm sorry, Lionel, go ahead.
I don't want to take too much time. Wait, where'd you stop at?
Emu's like disappearing
Leaving.
or whatever.
Oh, wait, this right?
Emu leaving.
Oh, you got this right here or no?
Yeah, that's it.
Honestly, I thought it was like, and I wondered because we always know that hockey itself changes the weather. I thought it was started getting crazy that the circle that he made starts changing the weather too now. And I'm assuming that's tracked towards hockey too. But like, if you look at the clouds, like how it is in the beginning, they're fine.
Yeah.
But as soon as he starts making and like, leaving, whatever, you see the weather itself at.
Emu like, I'm ready.
Yo, because the
put
other
on
chapter
some
looks
R.
so
Kelly.
crazy, bro.
Imagine that would make
like
him
you're
infinitely
ready.
more terrifying.
Wait, what?
Never mind.
Wait, when he showed
At
like,
the end of the chapter, R. Kelly was playing.
Throughout
I be like, yo, what is that?
Girl, I know you're ready to go all the way. All the way. He's talking about little girls. We should stop saying that.
Okay.
We should stop saying that.
Okay. I believe I can fly in the chat.
And also, the last thing was the whole, besides, the Jawboy and Davy Jones thing, but the Desire Vivi thing. I
need her.
I'm like, what's
I want that.
what's up with that, yo? I'm scared for Vivi a little bit.
Yeah. That's it, Lon?
Yeah.
All right. Listen, bro. I'd like to discuss Emu descending into the lower world and just how uneasy the Gorosei are about it. That dialogue really stood out to me, and it was fire. They're clearly uncomfortable with the idea of Emu personally going to Elbaf, and it feels like there's a cost tied to that decision, right? So up until now, I've always viewed the King of the World as an all-powerful being, especially after what we saw at God Valley when the boys were hitting him with the hardest hockey hits ever, right? And he basically no-diffed it. And the implication that they've lived for 800 to 900 years, possibly through the immortality surgery, this is someone who may have helped shape the world as we know it, defeating the Lunarians, acquiring the ancient weapon Uranus, and then overcoming Joy Boy. And even opposing figures like the previous King of the World, Davy Jones, right? So, but now that image of Emu is starting to crack a bit. And I can't lie, it's a little disappointing. I've always liked the idea of a character at the very top having overwhelming, almost untouchable presence. No limits, no restrictions, just pure dominance, dog. That's why I like villains, right? Like I said, I don't lock doors. Gracias. Next Friday reference for those who didn't catch it. All right, I enjoy seeing powerful figures operate freely without anything holding them back, bro. So this shift got me thinking, what could have happened to Emu that makes even the Gorosei this concerned? One idea I did come up with is that the immortality surgery from the TOPT no Mi might come with a hidden limitation. Yes, the user sacrifices their life to grant immortality. But what if they can also impose a condition on that immortality? My current theory is that the previous TOPT no Mi user was forced to perform the surgery on Emu, or maybe they gave it themselves of their own free will as a punishment. They granted Emu eternal life, but with a catch. That immortality only persists as long as Emu remains within Mary Joa. How would that even work? Well, we know one of the TOPT no Mi's core abilities is the creation of a room, where the user can freely manipulate anything inside of it. What if the surgery was performed within a room established in Mary Joa, and that room itself became the boundary of Emu's immortality? In other words, once Emu steps outside of that space, the effects of the surgery no longer apply. So, this idea actually lines up with a broader pattern of limitations placed on the world government throughout history. For example, the red line may have been created to restrict the first world's government from easily conquering everything. Similarly, the calm belt, potentially created by the previous Poseidon, could have been another measure to limit the reach by filling it with sea kings. These are theories, of course, but they follow a consistent theme. Even the most powerful forces in the world are subject to restrictions. If the Gorosei are aware of this limitation, it says a lot. It highlights just how much Emu may rely on them, but also how dangerous that knowledge is. It creates a dynamic where Emu must maintain absolute control and instill fear, because even those closest to them hold information that could be catastrophic if mishandled. So, I'll get into another aspect of my disappointment with Emu later on in the chapter, but
I really do like it.
Tell me a pushback, because I might have missed something.
No, I really like it because it gives. So I just talked earlier about like the lived world of One Piece and everybody having their own ambitions and missions and thought processes and agency, etc. This would tell me that whoever that previous surgery person was still did a big FU to Emu. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'll do this, but on my terms. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like something to some last ditch effort to try to limit Emu in some way. And I kind of like that. My question is, if that's the case, how do you explain this, like the Gorosei leaving in the way they did, or the like, because they're seemingly also immortal and tied to some sort of connection to this person. Mm-hmm. How are they able to leave and not have any residual or effects from being down in the lower worlds?
Because I think their powers come from Emu directly. Whereas the immortality surgery was given to Emu. Okay. So Emu's power doesn't probably grant him that immortality because he could give it to others, but it's through if only he lives. Okay.
And you're saying it's Mary Joa as a whole? Like not specifically an area or just like...
I mean, we saw what Room was capable of on Punk Hazard and how Law did it, and that was before he mastered it and awakened it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to go as far as Lawrence's Room around the world, but I will say
it could be
pretty large, but it's probably on the red line itself.
A red line itself?
No, well, that specific area. Okay. Sorry, that specific area, yeah.
Okay. I like it. I don't have real pushback. I was just wondering about that one piece of it in terms of like other people have been able to leave and seemingly were unaffected. Yeah. But yeah, again, I just like it. Yeah, I like the
I feel like Lawrence likes it.
No, sorry. It's funny. Because honestly, this is what I was hinting to. I thought we were gonna you're gonna go. No, it's funny you went to it more because I think the end of it actually adds more to it. But I was actually thinking the same exact thing you were thinking,
crazy.
And I was gonna add the end of it from what we saw as not a tie-in or more like a tie-in, but not a proof to it. But like, yeah, I was thinking the exact same thing because the words here, what they were saying, and especially at the end of the chapter, what we've seen, I noticed something. I'm pretty sure everyone's noticed it too. But it's like, So I was in the same line of thought that you were thinking about here too.
Keep a note of it to bring it up later.
Yeah.
But this is where it gets interesting. The entire theory of that theory. All right. So for a long time, right, we believe that Nefertari Vivi was targeted by Emu because of the resemblance to her ancestor, which is Nefertari Lili, possibly hinting that Emu once loved Lili, right? But now I want to take that idea a step further. What if Emu and Nefertari Lili were already in love and had a kid on the way? Hear me out, yo. Just give me a second to cook. Imagine this, right? The rise of the Ancient Alliance. No, my bad. Imagine this. The rise of the Ancient Kingdom and its possessions of the ancient weapons created fear across the world, pushing kingdoms like Alabasta to join an alliance against it. During this time, Lili and Emu were together, and Lili became pregnant with Emu's child. However, everything changed when Lili witnessed something horrific Emu had done. Perhaps the destruction of the Lunarians. Lili then decided to hide her pregnancy before she could tell Emu about it. All right. Shaken, Lili encounters Joy Boy, who reveals the true purpose of the ancient weapons. That revelation completely shifts her worldview. Now torn between love and morality, Lili chooses to stand against Emu to protect the world, but maintains the facade of remaining loyal to the alliance. In the end, Lili and Joy Boy fail. In response, Emu destroys the ancient kingdom, unable to accept that Lili would betray him of her own free will, believing instead that she was manipulated by Joy Boy and locks her up in Mary Joa. Meanwhile, figures like Davy Jones, aware of Emu's existence, place the blame on Joy Boy, giving rise to his reputation as a god of destruction, where other people have viewed the Nika fruit users being. Before everything is erased, Lili somehow sets critical plans into motion from her jail cell. She ensures the creation and distribution of the poneglyphs to preserve the truth about the ancient weapons and the Void Century. Joy Boy travels to Elbaf, entrusting the ancient giant shipwrights, possibly predecessors of or the current Galley Law giants frozen on Punk Hazard, to hide Pluton in Wano. Joy Boy also sends an apology to the fishman, acknowledging his failure to fulfill his promise involving the Noah, along with a road poneglyph. Okay? Then comes out the most crucial piece of this theory. Lili secretly gives birth to the child she conceived with Emu. Knowing the danger Emu poses, she sends the baby back to Alabasta with a letter to her brother. In that letter, she reveals the truth. Emu sits upon the empty throne and is the father of the child. This is Lili's greatest mistake from 800 years ago. Not just scattering the poneglyphs, but sending her child away too. Emu never knew he had a child. However, he was aware that Lili sent a letter along with a baby back to Alabasta. The key detail that confirmed her betrayal to him was the signature. Lili signed her name with the initial D in her name. That single letter revealed everything, that she had fully turned against him of her own free will and wasn't manipulated. Emu, in a fit of anger, goes to murder his love. But before he does, Lili reveals she is the devil fruit user of the Opi Opi no Mi and proceeds to grant Emu immortality, but with a limitation that binds him to the red line, causing him to suffer for all eternity until Nika is said to come back. Lili ultimately dies as a result of the operation. This would explain Emu's reaction when Cobra was asked to say Lily's full name. And then in that very next moment, Cobra spoke. He shot an arrow through Cobra's chest out of anger. And then when Emu finally saw Vivi for the first time, everything clicked. Her striking resemblance to Lili wasn't just coincidence. It was confirmation. To Emu, Vivi isn't just a descendant of Nefertari D. Lili. She could be the living proof of their lost child passed down through 800 years. In his mind, there's no other possibility. Lili never loved anyone else, and she never returned to Elbaf because she was locked up. Which means Vivi just isn't connected to Lili. She may directly be tied to Emu as a descendant.
Have you
It's
seen
a lot of speculation.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, that'd be wild. Have you seen one battle after another?
I tried.
Okay.
I saw like 30 minutes of it.
Okay. The ending of that just reminded me of that movie. But basically, this is Emu trying to get a paternity test. I need to know if that's my baby. If that was my baby.
That's my baby.
Okay, so I really like parts of it.
Yeah.
I really like Lili being the person that did the what you just tied in with the doing the immortality surgery because of their lost love and whatever she had gone through in terms of him.
Yeah.
The child, my question, immediately my question just went to who would the child be? Like specifically, is it just an offspring that is descendants and all this to Lili, or is there another person in this lore that fills that gap as well? I thought of Game of Thrones with Jon Snow, and essentially Lyanna Stark saying, like, promise me, Ned, to take care of my child. I thought that was like a nice little nod to that. I don't know if you did that intentionally or not, but I just thought of that moment. They said the Mori fruit. No, I like it. So we've always talked about the love triangle, but if there was just genuine love between them, and then you find out that the person you loved is actually an egomaniacal maniac, like some kind of crazy person doing something wild like this, mass genocides or whatever Emu was doing at the time, how would Lili react? How would she react if this is you're uncovering the truth about the person that you love? And it reminds me of another movie that I just watched. Have you seen the drama yet? No? Watch the drama. It's very interesting. I'll say that. I don't have real pushback.
Yeah.
Other than I don't know that it's the case. You know what I'm saying? Like, you put a baby in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But I like it.
And it follows the suit of so many, like, mothers dying after giving birth.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's wild, too, because in that same vein,
this baby essentially would be the, a descendant of Emu, that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying, and Lili.
yeah.
And that's why she looks like her.
Yeah. And then I guess my question would be, and not so much a question, it'd just be interesting that you just said, all these mothers have passed after, like, shortly after giving birth and things like that in One Piece. Like, mothers don't last long. And then in this case, she had the ability, like, she had this operation ability. Like, she had the ability to grant immortality, but she can't use it on herself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just think that's interesting. Just in general, my fault, bro. My fault about not watching Hunter x Hunter. They're killing me for this. I lost my train of thought, so I'll stop. I'll let the twins speak.
Yeah.
It was a very interesting theory. I'm so curious about, like, the baby aspect of it, because I can't give out too much information because I gotta wait till a little bit at the end because of my thoughts on the end of what that could mean for the baby. You know, but also too, I guess my question is, what about I guess Lily's brother? You know?
Yeah.
So it was given to, I guess the baby was given to Lily's brother, all right?
Yeah.
So then I'm trying to think, all right, because, like, we know Lily's through the line, like, she's the princess. So how does that relate to the baby and Lily's brother? Because if he's the one that took over Alabasta now, his line will be the one ruling.
Yeah.
So then where does that leave the baby between Emu and
It could be
Livy?
kept secret as, like, he took her as a daughter. And just said,
Okay.
like, yo, she's a daughter.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Jon Snow, bro.
Or it could have been a guy. Like, it could have been a guy baby, too. It could have been either or. This is just a descendant of Lili and Emu. So it was kept secret because we never got the full scope of what was in the note. We just know that her brother became the king of Alabasta, and that was it. And there was never said that there was a baby attached to the note, but you know what I'm saying? That's the only hole you could point in it. Everything else it just had, you know.
Would she have given it to Joy Boy instead, the baby?
No, because they knew that Joy Boy was going to pass soon.
Yeah.
And they most likely knew the truth of the world, like you guys told. So it's like they knew that this was going to happen in the future eventually. Yeah. But anyway, I'll continue forward because I have something I want to talk about with Fate, and it's crazy.
Okay.
It's a pretty deep conversation, actually. But before I go into that one, I absolutely love the conversation between Garling, Emu, and the Gorosei. For hundreds of years, Emu and the Gorosei have literally sat at the very top, shaping a mindset among the celestial dragons that they're gods, and everyone else beneath them are nothing more than insects. That's been the worldview, simple and absolute, right? But now those insects are starting to fight back. So it's like, imagine like we think really small of like ants, but if ants got like a little bit bigger and they organized, it would probably be the end of our race, bro. Like that's how elite ants are. People just don't know about it. So what stood out to me is that the Gorosei still carry that same air of superiority as if their world is untouchable, as if nothing could truly threaten them. That's where Garling, as the newly appointed member, really shifts the tone, and I loved it because now that he stands on equal footing with them, he's able to ground the conversation in reality. And sometimes you need somebody like that in your group. Yes, they are powerful, but that doesn't mean their safe haven will remain untouched forever. If they continue down this path of arrogance, it's only a matter of time before those they look down on find a way to tear it all down. And then Emu backing Garling up, yo, that's what really made it for me. I was like, damn, Emu, you know facts. Because then when Emu tells them, all of them, including himself, to cast aside arrogance, sloth, detachment, and pride, it hits harder that Garling's point is becoming like more clear. That moment makes it clear the world government isn't just facing resistance. It's in real danger this time, bro. That dialogue was flawless. I especially enjoyed Garling's presence here. I love the fact that he has like a bald spot on the back of his head, which looks completely stupid and looks like a cat's butt. I really love that part. In his old age, though, he does seem to have outgrown a lot of that blind arrogance that he had. And he recognizes that there are people outside of the Celestial Dragons who are more capable of making them fools. And I just honestly gotta, I got glazed rocks for that one because if he never ran into rocks, he would have never had that opening perspective, know what I'm saying?
He got humble.
Yeah, humble me.
Humble me is crazy.
That does sound pretty well.
All right, now this is my bread and butter because this is a really deep conversation. All right. I haven't always been the biggest fan of prophecy, destiny, or preordained storytelling. I think Sebastian also mentioned this at one point. Usually, once a story leans too heavily into it was all meant to happen, it could start to feel limiting, right? I think One Piece has managed to avoid that pitfall largely because of how detailed and intricate Oda's world building is. We tend to look past it. But at the same time, this idea of fate has been showing up more and more. You see it everywhere now. The mural within Yggdrasil and Elbaf, the way the Black Bear pirates constantly reference fate, the prophecies tied to Joy Boy and Davy D. Jones, even moments involving Rocks and Herald, and now Emu and the Gorosei. It's clearly a major theme in One Piece. So it does make me wonder, is there a point where it could become a negative? We've seen other series struggle once prophecy becomes too dominant in the narrative. But with that said, I've been looking at it from a different angle, right? What if fate in One Piece isn't something fixed or pre-written at all? Let me connect it. When you connect it to Vegapunk's theory about devil fruits, things start to click. He suggests that devil fruits are born from the collective desires of humanity. that people's wishes for certain powers manifest into reality and take form as fruits. So what if fate works the same way? Instead of being some external force dictating events, what if fate is created by the collective unconscious of the world? If enough people subconsciously lean toward a certain outcome, their actions, intentional or not, begin to align with that shared direction. Even without acting with one another, people start moving in ways that push events towards the same result. Over time, that alignment creates the illusion of inevitability, something then called fate. But in reality, it's constantly being shaped and reinforced by the shared will of humanity. And this ties directly into devil fruits, especially zoans, because zoan fruits are said to have wills of their own. If devil fruits are born from human desire, then it makes sense that they would carry an inherited will tied to those desires. That could explain why devil fruits consistently end up with people who perfectly match them personality-wise, not just in ability. It's not coincidence. The fruit and the user are compatible on a deeper level. So instead of people simply finding devil fruits, it may be that both the fruit and the individual are being drawn together by that same underlying force, the collective unconscious shaping outcomes. In that sense, fate and devil fruits aren't separate ideas. They're part of the same system. The will of the world doesn't just create power, it guides who inherits it. So it eliminates fate entirely.
So I like the idea of collective conscious shifting, like creating like at least I don't want to say an energy, but something that's creating atmosphere, creating like the stuff that's happening, whether they acknowledge it or not, whether they're conscious of it or not, right? I have always viewed inherited will and fate as two different things. And maybe that's just how I've gone about it. Mm-hmm. The way you're saying it would tie them into the same thing, technically.
Yeah.
I've always viewed it as like, I'm inheriting this will from this person because I was taught some lesson. Like in One Piece, it's always not always, but it's typically, okay, I learned something from this person. This is my takeaway, and I'm inheriting their will as a result of it. I'm choosing to do that. I've always looked at fate as like a predestined, you're basically forcing this into the situation, when I don't view that the same. Mm-hmm. But if you're saying unconsciously all these people just, it's hard to
it's a hard conversation to have. It makes you think.
If these people are taking actions unknowingly to support an outcome that they internally want, without even knowing, that is fate. You know what I'm saying? But it's not fate in the same way that it's like, oh, it's just predestined.
Right.
It's just still your will being manifest.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you've like found a loophole. It's kind of funny.
I know.
You like found a loophole in it. Oh, it's interesting. I've never thought of it in that way.
So the reason I bring it up is because I've mentioned before, like I love Soul Eater and I love Fire Force. And Fire Force actually has something at the end of the show which dictates that fate happens unconsciously. Like humans collectively have an unconscious desire for death. Therefore, they do terrible things to each other. So it's not because they want to, it's because of their unconsciousness taking place for death. Hence, they do bad things to each other. So it's like a different. I was trying to think, because I was talking with my lady about it, and I was trying to think, like, I was asking her, like, how would you suppose if something is unconscious, do you think, as a collective belief between all of us on this planet, does it mean that fate starts to take place? Like, interactions start to happen amongst each other, even though we're not intending it to. Is that fate? Because fate, in some ways, some people talk about it as if there's somebody that's controlling everybody else. And I don't necessarily think that's happening in One Piece. So I've kind of like tried to brainstorm some type of philosophical thought about it to make it make sense in One Piece. That way we're not all feeling the same way, where it's like, oh man, here's another Naruto situation.
Mm-hmm.
Here's another Luffy getting the Nika fruit and getting all this. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, like, we know Luffy worked for it. So it brought me to that. I don't know. I was just having like a very deep thought about it.
It's interesting in that aspect. So for me, you know me, I don't acknowledge in a way fate, you know, because in the One Piece world too, it's all about free will, right? I know they mentioned fate because like how it went out, they got saved or whatever, but how I kind of always see it. So I will say this though, like I do believe what can be a factor is influence. Things can influence other things. Things can influence people. People can influence people. Right? Like their actions or their mindset can cause something. So I heavily believe in cause and effect. Like 100%. Things lead up to things. Right? So I kind of feel like in putting it to the One Piece world, right? Emu, right? He's this evil influence, right? Controlling whatever, right? But then you're going to have people responding differently towards this force that he's doing out there, as in this evil force, right? Suppression, whatever, right? And that's what one thing that kind of led to piracy was a lot of people's response to that was seeking freedom. You know, Emu's influence responded in people seeking freedom, right? And that's why Sebastian also brought out, like, for example, like Rocks was like the catalyst ever since the Void Century. Because if you think about it, he's like the first person to actually pursue the world spot, right? So from that on, that influence that Rocks had on others, right? Because even, for example, I would always bring up like Shiki, right? Because I remember at that time where he was like targeting Roger, right? But he actually wasn't trying to take out Roger. He was actually trying to get Roger to join him. Like, yo, let's team up because with your strength or whatever, we could achieve this goal, right?
Yeah.
But it was kind of similar to what he wanted to do with Rocks. Mm-hmm. So Rocks' influenced Shiki, right? So the other people, because like even in Rocks' influence, they all said that even though Rocks is crazy, what he was saying, they couldn't refute. Mm. So all of the people that joined Rocks, his influence on them, they kind of shared. Like, no, like Rocks is kind of right though. Something does need to change, whatever, right? So that influence, right? And then you have other people, right? And then Roger, who didn't really team with Rocks, but he had his own desire for doing it. And then we see later on that affected Shanks. Mm-hmm. And then Shanks not kind of affected Luffy, but Luffy kind of already had this thing like Roger, the desire to do so. Shanks kind of even awoken even more. So this influence kind of awoken people. So it cause and effect in that way. Mm-hmm. You know, so to me in that way, that anyway, because there, I would say, I think you look like energy wise, but we do know energy can affect people, like a people's positive energy or negative energy, like even music. You listen to depressing music for a while, you're going to kind of get into this depressed state. You listen to more upbeat stuff, you can kind of get into an upbeat state. And also, like, laughing is contagious. That form of energy can influence you, right? Yeah. So in this way, like, this inherited will is almost like this energy that's being brought forth where people are responding to it and others maybe not so much, you know? But the ones who are taking it more fully are the people like Rocks, who respond to this inherited will through others. And then Rocks, Roger, Shanks, Luffy, Blackbeard, all of them. And then even Sabo, too. Because if you think about it, Sabo and Shanks are not the same, but they're kind of the same. As in, Shanks' father or family, these nobles, mm-hmm. right? Father, son, right? As in Sabo's, like Shanks' brother, control the world or these power and then how they view everyone else, right? Yeah. But then you look at Sabo, he's this noble family from his father, and then his brother has this thing where he wants to control people. But Shanks and Sabo's response, even though they born to this privileged situations, were kind of similar. They kind of resided more with the people who they viewed as lower in the world, right? And they wanted them freedom. So it's like you have those people responding, even though they're kind of in those privileged situations where they could rule and like look down on others. They responded to this energy or this inherited will. Like, and I guess you could say that I think Sabo had it already, but what influenced Sabo a lot was Ace. Yeah. You know? So I think it's, I view it more that way for the, not so much fate-wise, but it's just like how people are responding to what's already being put out there in the world, so to speak. You know? Yeah. Oh. Go ahead.
You done? Okay.
Yeah, I'm done.
That's I was kind of thinking what Lawrence is saying, and I kind of agree with it too, in what you're saying as well. So I get that vibe what you're saying with, there's a spirit in the air that's motivating people, but it's not fate itself; it's something else. But I also go to what Lawrence is saying. It goes into like not just people influence you, just you as a person, your qualities as a person. Because we see like somebody could be like, for instance, we have the whole concept of Doflamingo and his brother, both in the same upbringing, both in the same mindset. Doflamingo had the same exact views as the Sets of Dragons. Well, Rosante had more of a softer kind of grin. I don't know how he would have been as bad as the other Sets of Dragons, but even look at the father.
Yeah.
He was born and raised, but certain people's their qualities and what makes of them, either they're gonna definitely submit to it or fight against it. People like Luffy, Rox, Roger, and stuff like that, you're going to throw some at them and they're conquerors, but they're going to fight against it. They're not going to go with the grain. Especially because even with Whitebeard, his upbringing was because since his town he lived in didn't live with the heavily tribute. I mean, couldn't afford the heavily tribute. He was poor. He lived up in a terrible, poor situation. So his view on the world was different, that he ended up becoming a pirate and and that's what with certain people who have certain upbringings, like terrible upbringings, and they're coming up, becoming a pirate and becoming strong. Now you hear a guy from Rock saying, yo, pretty much the government is the reason why you lived in a poor town, where while you pirating and you're sending money to your family. Mm-hmm. Rock saying we could take that down.
Yeah.
And Rock's wife was like, yo, that sounds good to me. Like, you have other people who have similar upbringings who lived in a terrible, crazy environment, and they're the world government's the cause of it. And now you have this guy, or some people want to fight against it because they want change. They want something better. The whole thing with Dragon. Dragon thought I'm joining the Marines to do good, whereas I'm doing the exact opposite. So I see we left. So it's like I think it's all playing the same thing: influence, qualities of a person, and there's a will that's going against evil. While some other, the world sees it or unknowingly, but they know the world is not right. Regardless if they think they have monetary peace, whatever, they know the evil's world is not good. It's not right. There's something wrong. But they chop into it because, they don't have the power or means to do anything about it. While you have others who are fighters, like the ones we mentioned. They try to fight in some type of way, either through pirating, through revolutionaries, or going strictly attacking the world government. There's different ways to how they fight, or just trying to be a good person in the world. So that's what I took it as, But
yeah, the only reason I brought it up is because I always think about the One Piece mural and how there was children, the ancient children, who already prophesized these three worlds, and then there was going to be this huge, great war. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't think that children of that age can have such knowledge of such worldly happenings throughout such massive times. Right? It's not linear. Linear?
Linear.
Yeah, it's not linear, right? It's all encompassing. They really can dictate where things are happening. So they saw things at one time instead of separately. So for me, it's how do they get to that point where they're able to draw this One Piece mural? I don't think that happens through the cause and effect, right? Like how you guys are saying. I'm thinking it works in the One Piece world, the way the One Piece world operates. If devil fruits are able to be manifested through collection of belief, then I do believe that there happens to be a subconscious level of human belief that has led to these children having these types of powers too, because it's so irrational. That's what devil fruits are in its entirety, right? Anything that's irrational in One Piece world is described through devil fruits. So for me too, it's it also happens with Arlong's sister. What's her name? Shirley?
Charlie.
Mm-hmm. She also has the ability to predict fate. You know what I'm saying? There's just a bunch of these aspects within One Piece where I feel to some degree, it's not fate itself, but it has to be the subconscious level of human consciousness that thinks these things, and then it just happens.
Okay.
And it does go into the cause and effect of it, but naturally, I still think, even if Roger didn't see Rox, if Rox didn't see Roger, if Whitebeard never had the rival with Roger himself, I think overall, they would have just still gone and did whatever they had to do, regardless of anybody interacting, because fate was at play already.
Yeah.
And the thing is, too, there's such a large gap between Joy Boy and, let's say, Ryuma. or Joy Boy and Luffy. That if there was nobody of significance in between that gap, then that cause and effect didn't even matter because we still got to this point.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I got you.
So now I'm looking at fate as, oh no, this is actually just something that people are not even conscious of. And that's why it's playing a part. And this is where, like, I love how will plays a factor into it too, because now Rox, and I've always said this to Sebastian, you know, when we were going crazy on each other, I was saying that Rox himself was willing to dictate that fate wasn't going to control him. Mm-hmm. So he was saying the unconsciousness of humankind is not going to dictate how I live my life, so I'm going to fight back against it. And now Emu, knowing everything is preordained and from what they're understanding, they're saying, I don't care. I'm going to outwill this. I'm going to outwill the world. Why? I'm the king of it.
Yeah.
So it makes willpower even harder, in my opinion, for the show. And it fits kind of in the power system too. And then we have what we have at the end of the chapter, which goes crazy, right? Yeah. So I was looking at this from an aspect of that, and oh man, I was just like, bro, I wasn't saying this on my live stream because I wasn't thinking about it, but now that I had some time to digest the info, I was like, bro, this is such a fantastic like world that Oda has created. The dude's a genius. Even if it is something like this, like, it's so funny that Fire Force, the ending of Fire Force literally just came out like 2 weeks ago, and something like this actually happened with Jaume. So it was great, bro. It was great, but we don't have to stay too long on this one. I had a little bit more. I wanted to like cash out on my Rox love and Glaze.
By all means,
but
bro.
We already did it. It's okay. I don't want to go too much into it. Just know that Rox is that boy. Shout out to Blackbeard being noticed. I love it. But yeah, that was it, bro. That was it. So yeah, let's do some super chats, and then we'll get to the second part of the chat.
All right, Larry, I'm gonna have to read a few because we're at a point with a bunch of the super chats that's just cutting off. Like,
yo, you guys are crazy like this. Y'all going crazy for real?
Yeah, we can't. It's like cutting off like where we're at.
Oh my god.
Where it doesn't show all of them. So I had to go into the studio section to find the ones that are missing.
You guys are insane. Thank you so much.
So yeah, we're gonna read a bunch of super chats.
Yo, there's
now,
gonna
guys.
come a point where like we what? Like we can't read all of them at this point.
Yeah. Where were we?
I hope you guys enjoyed my yapping. I'm sorry if it wasn't interesting.
Oh.
I know it's a little deep of a talk, but if you haven't hit that like button, please do. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we got 5 from David Mora.
Should we do the big super chats? Because we got a lot of.
I'd have to go back and forth, bro. Let me get these 6 in that are disappeared already.
Yeah.
All right, let me do these. We got 5 from David Mora. It says rank these martial artists by style: Kenichi, Goku, Might Guy, Garu, Baki, and Mamoru Takamura. Hashtag Boricua Tax. Hashtag Bang Bang Buggy Gang.
By style.
Garu.
Garu number 1.
Garu.
What style?
You know Goku's there, right?
It's style, not how strong they are. What their fighting style
Who
is.
is Maru?
Mamoru. I don't know. Mamoru.
Who's there?
Kenichi, Goku, Might Guy, Garu, Baki, Takamura.
By style. Most of these styles are like made up.
Thing is,
everything is made up.
No, I would actually say Kenichi, besides maybe Baki, Kenichi actually knows different actual martial arts styles.
Yeah, he's like the only one there.
Apparently, Baki to go, bro. From what I was told, a couple shoots.
I can't get it, but I don't know how much martial arts styles does he know.
Just pick one.
Takamura all day. I don't care. He should be last on the list, but I'm going Takamura.
Just a boxer.
Just because that's my guy. He's my favorite of the people here.
Okay.
And he punches people in the face.
Let's continue on.
We got another 5 from Zokage. It says, hey, Nakama, glad to be back. Can't wait for Larry's victory lap. Big emoji. And the rest of the chapter talk and reveal. Hashtag rocks, hashtag Larmu, hashtag conquerors.
Thank you.
Another's, you didn't do your victory lap, bro. You had a perfect chance to do it.
I'm not going to do it.
Another 5
okay.
from Zokage. Zoro ain't MH chill? I don't know what that means. The Zoro versus Emu jokes is wild. Wow. Zoro versus... Oh, because he's...
Because he's black. We don't know if he's black.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
And then we got another 2000 NGN. I don't know what that is, but thank you. It says, from The Loveth. Yes, my theory from last year was just confirmed. Emu does have the devil fruit, where all the fruits are called devil fruits because of his. Big fan of the pod. Guys, keep it up. We'll see if that's exactly the case.
I don't think that's true, but...
Yeah, we'll see, Loveth. Another 2 from Diamond Life. It says, Lionel needs a sensu bean. He was out of it last pod. Another 2 from Raven Storm. Twins really twinning today. Yeah, they came and showed up and said that.
Yeah.
They don't show up together, guys. I don't know if you guys know that.
Oh, yeah, they're both wearing the same hat and same hoodie.
Yeah. Another 5 from Prof. Beetleboy. After seeing Emu's face reveal, I can say with confidence our favorite Minority Hunter will be his final opponent. Oh, Minority Hunter, MH.
Yeah.
Got it now.
You guys are crazy.
Another 5 from Kidadani. What if Emu power works like Larcade Dragonelle from Fairy Tail, and he can only Dami reverse people who aren't virgins, as I suspected ye both are?
Jesus, bro.
What the heck? What the heck?
They say...
I was doing my process of elimination, and I didn't account for that. You know what I'm saying? It's possible. We know Luffy is. You know what I'm saying? We know Luffy is. We don't know what Loki.
Keep going, bro. We got too many super chats to be doing this.
Another 5 from Casey Griffin. We are nearing the finale, and in regards to the final villain, would it not feel cheap / unoriginal for Blackbeard to swoop in and steal Emu's fruit? I wouldn't want him to steal his fruit, personally. I don't think that works.
Yeah.
I don't like that. Another 5 from Kalibo. It says, had the reveal ruined for me on Thursday after work. I got double tapped on Facebook of all places. L leakers, fire chapter nonetheless. # like the stream. Yeah, I was able to avoid spoilers, man.
Yeah, same.
I was out here chilling.
Same, bro.
Just stay off social media. I mean, it sucks, but another 5.
Guys, we're gonna get back to the chapter. Give us a second. We have so many super chats right now.
Yeah, from Main Dig, it says Shanks will show up to pick up Emu's hockey knot. I don't know about all that. All right, this let me to get back to where we were at. So,
Nice.
All right, we got a couple really big super chats that came in. 5 gifted memberships from Project Iceman.
Thank you, Iceman.
6 months at Knockman Status from Dior Paid. It says, y'all make my Mondays every week, I swear.
Oh, thank
#BBC,
you.
thank you. 20 gifted from FedEx Guy.
Thank you, FedEx guy. Wait, did you read the... Oh, you read those. Sorry.
Some of them were in there.
Yeah.
BK Soba became a Yako. And then we
Thank
did
you.
have a bunch of really big super chats that came in earlier. So
Oh, my God.
20 gifted from CD, another 20 from a couple other people.
Oh
I can't
my
say
God.
it. We got a $100 super chat from
Jesus.
Young Bull Trent. It says, I am back and I had to give a little dono since I ain't do it last week. Law, I need you on the call-in stream to give my rebuttal as to why Rox is better than Gabon and Ray. # Law Trippin', # Larry the Rox Glazer, # Top for Life, # Seb the Blackbeard Glazer, # Rox is over Gabon and Ray. Anyways, here's my tax. Thank you, Trent. And then it looked like you did spark something with CD a little earlier, bro.
Look at it, bro. I know CD, bro.
CD dropped another 100.
Thank you,
it says,
CD. Oh, my God.
Bang Bang Buggy Gang.
You guys are
Emu's,
crazy.
Emu's Buggy's dad, which is absolutely insane. And then I have to scope for the other hundreds that we got. We did get more.
Oh, my God. You guys are insane. Holy F, bro.
It's gone, bro. Hold on.
You guys are crazy.
Yeah, we got 100 from Green Bull Glaze.
Thank you.
It says, hey, Baldies, I felt like y'all were calling me broke last week, so I had to show up again, show out again, and said, please watch Hunter x Hunter, and Larry, can I come out of the basement? # Flat Booty Gang, # Green Bull on top, # Hockey Chucker, # Larry Tax,
Listen, man.
# I'm getting all my words in, though.
You better stay in that cage and not bark. The neighbors can hear you.
Jeez, bro. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank
Another
you so much.
50 from Saucy 12.
Thank you, Saucy.
It says, started Kingdom like a week ago, Seb, currently on chapter 17. Hey, so if you bring it up on the call-in streams, could you please give a spoiler warning? Because last stream I was spoiled about a death.
man.
Oh, my God, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Also, what's y'all favorite fight in all of anime if you had to choose?
Kakashi versus Obito.
Yeah, I'm going to think I'm weird for this, but the fight that came to mind was Goku versus Tien when he's a kid and he gets hit by the bus at the end. And he loses because he hits the ground first. I love that fight so much. I love that fight. It's so because I thought Goku was gonna win. I did.
Yeah.
100%. He did the little Kamehameha wave to push himself. I love that fight. It's interesting, quirky. All this stuff was happening. Yeah. Spoons?
I don't know if I have one.
I gotta think.
Yeah, I don't know if I have one.
Shout out to Ippo versus Sendo 1 and 2. And every Takamura fight for real. We did get another 50 from Birdman.
Oh my God.
Birdman. Hello, gentlemen. We'll finish watching later because of work, but Blackbeard sent Aokiji to Elbaf to steal Biblo, the owl, and that's why everything is frozen. Definitely not because of the ODC tech. Even though we saw that happen, it don't matter. Hashtag Blackbeard on top. Hashtag for you, Sam. How you gonna ignore what happened in the plot just to glaze, bro?
That's so funny.
Don't matter.
We do get another 20 gifted from Blind Shepherd, so
Thank you so much for all the gifted super chats.
Another 5 from Davey D. Oaks. Just so many y'all so generous.
Yeah,
we really
you guys
appreciate
are
it.
going
10 from Blind
crazy.
Shepherd, another 5 from Davey D. Oaks. We're at I want to say 114 gifted memberships today.
Oh my God.
So thank you guys so much for all of the gifted
There's
memberships.
so many super chats we gotta get to, and there's so much
man.
chapter.
It's so much chapter.
Jesus, this is hard.
Yeah,
this is making it hard to manage time now.
Y'all have super chatted so much, I have to read them from a different page because they're not able to stay within the brackets of the fan funding section. So thank you. If I missed any of your super chats, please ping me. I don't think we missed any, but I think we're good now. Yeah, because we got these.
Just real quick, Celestial Donkey with the 20. Hashtag Impel Down Small Buggy versus Small Luffy Best Fight. Hashtag Buggy Gang. Thank you.
Hold on, like Gear 3 Luffy Chibi Luffy?
Yeah.
Versus Impel Down Buggy?
Yeah.
I got Impel Down Buggy, bro.
I
I got Impel Down Buggy.
I got
bro.
Chibi Luffy.
I got Impel Down Buggy.
You think we should go into the chapter? I think we should, right? Guys, if you haven't liked the video yet, please like the video. We're going to get to the super chats. There's just a lot of super chats, and we're on the second part of the chapter. So we promise to get to them. Just give us a second, okay? Please, give us a second. I promise.
Like the stream.
We'll read them. But like the stream. All right, guys. Let's jump into the second chapter so we can read these super chats. We transition into the next part of the chapter, arriving in Elbaf, specifically the western village of the Sun World. Someone calls out to Haruden and Stanson, and we quickly see it's Gerd. She urges them to take a look at one of the demons she's captured, noting that it was somehow trying to piece itself back together. But before she could finish, Sommer suddenly shouts, "Damn it, not again!" Haruden reacts in shock, questioning how he's still alive. Gerd calmly demonstrates, separating and reassembling Sommer's right in front of them. She explains that his body behaves like a magnet, which makes him especially unsettling. Sommer's, clearly irritated, snaps back, saying he's not half as scary as she is. He then asks her name is Gerd, warning that he'll remember it, and threatens to personally ensure she suffers a miserable death, calling her a wretch. Goldberg then chimes in, suggesting they take a look at Somers' hand. He raises it, revealing something in his palm. Zoro steps in for a closer look, and they discover a steel heart. Internally, Zoro questions whether destroying it would prevent Somers, and possibly the other Holy Knights, from returning to normal. At that moment, Somers' demeanor shifts completely. Panic and fear are written all over his face as he desperately yeeps about his steel heart. Meanwhile, over at the Walrus School, Usopp and Brook are being told to hang in there by Frankie. Seeing their injuries, Frankie suggests he might need to cyborgerize them. Jinbei, concerned, asks about Chopper's whereabouts. Elsewhere, Killingham's dismembered body parts are seen hanging from a tree branch. Despite his condition, he shouts that he'll remember Sanji's name for revenge. But first, he demands that Sanji tell him his name. Sanji casually responds that he forgot. We then shift to Gunko, who remains frozen in the Nibelheim ice. Nearby, Loki and Lilith are discussing the situation. Loki questions why the Walrus School is frozen, but Lilith clarifies that it isn't. She's only drained the heat energy from it. Loki tries eating some of the frozen food, but complains that it tastes terrible. Luffy notices the food and calls it out, saying they should give some to Brook and Usopp. Loki refuses, stating that they won't share anything until Luffy returns to normal. Luffy then asks if Gunko passed away, and when Loki froze her. But Loki reassures her that she's simply in a flash freeze state, alive but immobilized. He adds that only Ratatask can safely thaw her, so there's no immediate danger. Ratatask, meanwhile, is seen eating the frozen food as well. Back across Elbaf, Zeus is actively helping by summoning rain to extinguish the spreading flames. Nami notices a sudden shift in the air currents and becomes visibly uneasy. Then, out of nowhere, black smoke crashes down from the sky near Oris Castle. And that brings the end of the second part of this chapter to a close. So, let's start with Sebastian this time, and we'll go around the table.
Okay, so I like the little cutaway to all the what's happening around Elbaf and the little lull period that we have here. I really like how the Holy Knights they went from such a major threat on Elbaf to they're being like toyed with by like the fodder giants. Like
They're like Woody.
Yeah, like literally Gerd is connecting him and putting him back together like he's a robe, like a toy. It's wild, like how the mighty have fallen here. I was interested in the steel heart thing. I'm wondering if that's specific to Sommers because he doesn't have a heart, or if it's like a thing that all of the Holy Knights have because they didn't seemingly find that for like killing him. So I'm like, why is that the case? And is that the key? Like, is there like a specific thing there? It made me think about like if that's where like devil fruits reside for people, or if that's how this covenant thing works with Emu specifically. I was like thinking a bunch of different things. I didn't have any real concrete answers. I'm wondering if you guys do, but I was really interested in that because like, why does he have a steel heart, and why is it like his reaction tells us that this will take me out. You know what I mean? And it's funny because like Zoro can cut steel, so at any time you can just make this happen. Frankie saying he would cyborg Brook and Usopp was funny to me. It made me think of cyborg Yoshimitsu with Brook. That would be pretty cool. Like,
that would be super cool.
Pretty dope. I don't think we'll ever see it, but it'd be pretty cool.
Yoshimitsu Brook.
Yeah.
I like that. That'll be in Tekken 9.
That'd be pretty cool. Killing him, it's funny because the community was so dead set, seemingly, on Sanji versus, including me, Sanji versus Sommers, Zoro versus killing him. And it seems like their opponents have shifted. Shout out to, I don't remember who it was that super chatted a while ago, to the opposite. Like, killing him has this beef with Sanji now. It's like, I'm never gonna forget your name. They'll say mine. It's like, bro, I don't even know who you are. Like, it doesn't matter. And now Sommers and Zoro have this little back and forth with the heart thing. It's just like, it's funny because I was whole dead set on Sanji versus Sommers. I wanted to see, I still kind of want to see it. And now it's just shifted. Otis shifted it. So it's kind of interesting to me. So the food thing, eating frozen fruit is crazy. Like, I feel like Lilith got something for you.
Yeah.
Like, the way y'all felt about York, and that's how I felt about Lilith here. Because I'm like, yo, you can't unfreeze this? Like, cause to me, that's not as crazy. You know what I mean? Like, the whole creating food from scratch is one thing. Yo, you can't heat this food up? Like, you got ODCs or whatever we got going on? You can't make this warm?
Imagine she, like, put it between my thighs.
Okay.
I heat it up real quick.
I thought that was kind of crazy. And then it was really interesting to see that Loki saying only Ratatoskr could unfreeze the effects of what the Niflheim did, like the attack did. So I thought back to the Galila giants, or the giants at Punk Hazard. If they are indeed frozen in that same way, they're not in a block though, but if they are indeed frozen, it would take Ratatoskr to unfreeze them. And I'm like, okay, so then Loki needs to get back over there. Has he ever attempted? Is it on the radar? Is it something he's gonna do one day? I don't know. Like, I was just really interested in that. And then, in general, Luffy wondering if, like, Gunko was dead or not. I'm wondering if he sensed that, like, there was a piece of her that was good, or if this is just Luffy being concerned in the sense that, like, is that person really gone? Like, are we really safe? Is my crew really okay right now? So I was kind of wondering, because obviously Luffy has this, like, innate, like, ability to see if a person's good or not.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if he had that already for Gunko, or if it was just a, hey, this was a threat. It seemed too easily that we dealt with it, kind of a thing. And Loki's funny to me because he's like, yeah, we're not sharing food until you good because you look crazy right now, which is funny.
Do you think Do you think White Bear remembers Garling's name?
We don't have to get into that. Apparently not.
You know he don't. You know he don't.
Come on, man. You know you don't.
He did say that guy, right? I will say
Shake's like, you and my dad.
What?
what was I saying?
My bad. It was
Thank
just
you.
a funny joke.
Shout out to Zeus for being helpful. Shout out to Luffy for trying to get Brooke and Usopp some food because Luffy not the sharing food type. So that's how much damage they took. I mean, they broke bones and stuff. So it's kind of wild. And then, where Chopper at? I was like, what is that about? You know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all have anything for that. I don't know if it's specific to like what's happening here.
He's just going around smacking people.
But I guess he likes it.
He in the forest.
Who else
smacking
needs
people.
hands? He is.
But
Yeah, like that's really what he's doing. He you ever seen Zangief? When he does the tornado spin, when he doing it with his hands, just going across
See, I thought
the
you were gonna
entire
say E
elbow.
Honda. You was
That too. E Honda.
I don't have too much else, so I'll pass it there.
Yeah, Lionel.
Where did we start? Yeah, okay, we're here. I'm tripping. Wait, where are we? We're here, right? This is where we started?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I don't be not paying attention, bro.
My mind's just thinking of other stuff.
Bro, just licking his lips 24/7.
I'm looking at my braces. They're bothering me. I don't have much in the beginning.
It's alright, bro.
Because I have no idea, too, about that steel heart. I'm trying to think, does everybody else have this, too? Is that the main...
How could you be so heartless?
I mean, I have no idea. Because I thought of, too, like, if the heart thing... Again, I don't know if it kind of goes to everybody. Like, Garling, is that a thing or not? Because then, no, because they hit the body. That's why I'm so confused with this. Because you see him hit the body. How is the heart not getting hit with the other?
Right.
And then we also see Roxley have a sword through Garling through his heart. That's I'm just like,
Listen,
where's
man.
his heart playing, and how is it not getting hurt? And why is he like? I don't know.
Maybe you gotta do more damage to the heart, but
Stab the heart.
Listen, I could accept Rock's glaze if you want to throw it out there because he pierced him in the heart, right? So like, he ain't murker him, but like he knew what to do a little bit.
Stab the heart.
Can't give him no glaze. I know. I'll take my glaze back.
I actually don't really have much here. Bastion kind of said anything. I was gonna.
Okay.
I forgot something before that I wanted to say because I thought when you said the whole Garling thing, well, like in the beginning, like he's like you think he's trying to make moves, whatever. And I think it was funny because like if you look at Garling's accomplishments through Emo's eyes, he's like you're doing better than the Garza. Like he's the one who found Rox's clan. You know, he's the one who like took out Rox. In that moment, like and now his son possibly even found out. Oh, Black is still alive. Like he keeps on being successful towards Emo, while the Gorus just keeps letting you guys keep fumbling. You keep on letting me down. You letting this happen. You letting this happen. So I just noticed, like like Emo's eyes, he might think Garling and his family, you got to do it right. You're doing better than these guys up here. And I feel like they're in a weird, like I guess it's not really maybe Emo says that to them where they know, but that's what it's like they feel uncomfortable because like he keeps on like things keep working out for him somehow. Well, things are not really working out for them. In a way, and they're like nervous, like thinking, "Who else? Like, are we next? Like, are we going to be another Saturn, and they're going to just replace us altogether?"
It's like the Gorosei were making the fries, and Garland was sweeping floors, but he kept doing things right, and now he passed up the fries to work on burgers.
That is a Coming to America reference. Y'all didn't know because some of our viewers aren't that old.
That's so funny. But yeah,
That's from Coming to America as well.
That was gold.
That's from Coming to America as well. Ha
But yeah, I don't have much about
Taste the soup.
Taste the soup.
But
What's wrong with this?
But yeah, Bash just kind of said everything I was gonna say, and I didn't have much anyway, so I'll save myself for the next.
Law?
Okay. All right. I don't have much either. I thought it was funny that Gerd is just playing, like Sebastian Bernard is playing with Somers like this right here. And Somers like, yo, not as scary as you, like you twisted woman. Like, stop playing with me, you putting me back together like that, right? And kind of like squeezing his head. It kind of reminded me back with, what's his name? What's this guy's name? The one they always the other member of the crew.
Killingham?
So, Lois, you saw it?
Somers?
No, not
What crew?
Hadruden's crew.
Mafusa?
Oh,
Roto, and how he was like with his toys, like how he would view like he was his toys and playing with that.
Mufasa. Ooh, say it again.
And
Mufasa. Ooh.
what the heck? So I want to point out actually.
No,
We ain't talking to you.
but he knows them too.
Yeah, just text him, bro. He's giving his speech.
Y'all throwing me off. Pretty much, right?
We're about to throw you on.
Okay.
I'm so confused.
Me too.
So
Don't listen to Larry. Larry be saying some crazy stuff now.
when does he not? Anyway,
That's not fair. Look at Sebastian. Sebastian looked like a hometown Muslim right now.
You saw it in the chat. You saw it in the chat. That's not you. You saw it in the chat. They sound like a part-time drug dealer, part-time Muslim.
You look like somebody's boxing coach manager.
Is this because of the red beanie?
Yes.
And the one with the beard too, I guess. I'm assuming.
don't be a menace. Swine, my brother.
Swine. One fish, two fish.
Red fish, blue fish.
Knick-knack, paddywhack. Give a dog a bone.
Like the Honorable Elijah Muhammad Ali. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. He said the Honorable Farrah Convict. Yo, that movie's so funny. All right.
Yo, it's getting hotter in this.
Yo,
room.
it is. It is. All right.
Sorry, bro.
So I actually wanted to give a call out to like, all right, one, Larry actually kind of addressed this, right, a little bit about how when Emu tried turning Loki and Luffy down reversey, you heard like with the heart,
Yeah.
right? And now we see literally the heart of a Covenant user, not Diamond Reversey, but Covenant user. But there's a link here of a steel heart, right? So to me, that kind of shows that what Emu's kind of doing to his Diamond Reversey users or Covenant users, right? And it could be different degrees of this, right? But for his Covenant users, he's like stealing their hearts in a way, like making turning them or flipping them to steel. And to me, it's almost like a play on words here, so to speak, but in action, as in. Like why they're so cruel, because usually when you're like cruel or heartless or whatever, they say like you have a heart of steel or whatever, right? Or a hard heart. You're hard-hearted, as in you're not really sympathizing with other people, right? And why they could like almost like heartless or ruthless and stuff like that, right? Flipping to a entirely different person of a cold heart, and we see their heart is literally steel of a cold, ruthless, and and I think that's linked to like Don Reversey. So I think to flip people to Down Reversey and get Covenant users, he's almost like ejecting or stabbing their heart. And it kind of reminds me of Law's ability, so to speak, and how Law's able to pop out people's hearts or do one of their hearts without actually taking them out, and also not really doing any physical damage to them, but he's able to take out their heart. But Emu's able to eject their heart, but flip it to like his servitude or minions in a way. And I don't know if he's stealing the hearts, like making them steal, like in Down Reversey, but he's doing something to activate their heart and flip their hearts to his side in some way. So I think there's a play on here. Now we kind of get the sense of how Emu's doing it. He's attacking the heart or addressing the heart and flipping it, right? And the last thing I want to say here is that I was thinking and hoping this already, but this little interaction here makes me believe a little more that Sanji may have beaten Kilogram 1v1, seeing that Killingham is targeting Sanji, saying, like, what he says here is like, yo, I'm going to remember this, right? And he goes like,
Chill, bro.
remember his name?
They just hung him to a tree and Sanji watching.
Yeah. See, I understand that. Like, it could be just like, yo, Sanji did this here too. But to me, he's singling out Sanji because Sanji's not the only one that did this. They all did a part of it, but he's not singling out, saying, he's not grouping them together. He's just singling out Sanji, right? To me, I guess, it's probably not true. I just kind of hope, again, I'm just hoping that Sanji and Killingham chop the one and Sanji just beat him by himself. I believe Sanji is of that strength now where he could do so. But what remains to be seen. We'll see.
How the mighty have fallen.
You know, and last thing I want to mention is Sebastian kind of alluded this to already about I thought it was funny what Frankie mentions about cyberizing, Usopp and Brook. I can see what Usopp's like, nah, Brook, you might as well, bro. Because he's already just bones. So it's like, what would be the difference? Like, you know, you don't have any flesh.
The Terminator.
You might as well. Shoot. Look, I think
Skynet.
It might be an upgrade for Brook. I'm not saying he should, but it's like, to me, if you had your body, maybe not, but you already just bones already, you might as well just do it.
Yeah.
You know? But that's about
Get that BBL, bro.
BBL.
Oh. And I forgot about this part. And here, I think we're actually about to get no.
It's okay.
I must
It's okay.
stop here, actually.
It's
I think
okay.
that's all I have for the
That's
next.
okay.
I think I saved that
There
for the
you
next
go.
part. Yeah, I saved that for the next part. All right, yeah, I'm done.
All right. Why you look at me like that, bro?
I'm just here, man.
All right. So I won't get fined. All right. Now we've seen it clearly, right? Somers and possibly all the Holy Knights have what appears to be a steel heart. And that opens up so many possibilities in my big mega mind, bro. Is this tied to deeper covenants? Or is it something completely separate? Do steel hearts develop after prolonged exposure to a covenant, or are they artificially implanted? Could this be the work of a scientist in Mary Joa? Was Vegapunk involved in creating this technology, maybe even as a method to tie to immortality? Or does it go back even further to the previous user of Vegapunk's devil fruit from the ancient kingdom, with Emu later seizing that knowledge? Then you start thinking about weaknesses. If it's mechanical, could something like an EMP or lightning shut it down? Is this low-key a nail upscale? Just saying. Just saying. I maybe a nail could be the Holy Knight. I'm just putting it out there for everybody to accept. You don't want to accept it, that's on you. Are the Holy Knights essentially cyborgs themselves? And is this steel heart the actual source behind the regeneration? There's a lot we don't know yet, right? But one thing feels clear. Based on Somers' reaction, if that heart is destroyed, they're probably done for. Straight up. And that makes Frankie's line in the very next panel even funnier. Him casually talking about turning Brook and Usopp into cyborgs. It's different when he himself is a cyborg who studied Vegapunk's work during the time skip. It really makes you wonder what Oda is setting up here.
I have something for this real quick because you just triggered a thought in my mind. I'm sorry. I don't know if you're continuing.
No, go.
Okay, so in the vein of what you were just saying about the hearts and Lawrence talking about turning to steel over time, is it possible that after Harold, who had a covenant, was still in this way kind of trying to break free from Emu, that he created a secondary like deal where it's like, hey, you get the covenant, you have to give me your heart though. And we're whatever Vegapunk, I don't know, however, like we'll replace your heart with this steel heart, but this will be your tie. Like you can't leave me, you can't betray me, you can't do anything because not only can I use the covenant to attack you from range, but if I'm not there, like I still have your heart.
Yeah.
But I feel like you would need the Opi no Mi for that. You know what I'm saying?
But I mean, listen, bro, he has a devil fruit, dog. He can do whatever he wants.
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Well, Emo did take the hand from Brogy. Maybe that's how he just did it for Brogy for whatever reason. It could be like he's doing that, but with the hearts. He's actually taking the heart. You know.
But then why would Shepard be like nervous or scared if the real heart's not there? He wouldn't be affected by it then. Right?
I don't know. Maybe it's a situation where if you return without it, I can't trust you. You know what I mean? Like or something. I don't know.
It's like these still hard to like the bowling shoes that you have at bowling alleys. Like, it's like you better bring it back.
You better bring it back, man.
You better bring it back.
You're gonna owe some money.
So Loki just confirmed that the ice powers do come from Ratatask, and I love that overall. While his lightning abilities come from the Nidhogg Devil Fruit.
Okay.
I really like that. But what's just as interesting is that Loki also makes it clear that Emu was never really in any danger when they were flash frozen, which proves even further why he should have just like used hockey to break out of this, but didn't. So I get it, but I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Also, Zeus is absolutely massive. I don't know if y'all peeped it, but the boy is bigger than we first thought. He's a lot bigger. He's essentially as big as an island right now.
Yeah.
It's wild. Imagine Big Mom got hit with that lightning blast. Sheesh.
She be alright.
You know, I respect you for saying that, because you know it's true.
She be alright.
Good job, Sebastian. You growing every day.
I always like Big Mom. Y'all just be scaling her too hard.
All right, let's do like 5 super chats, and then we're gonna hit the final part of the chapter, which is obviously the emu reveal. So let's do 5, and then we'll jump right in. Guys, if you haven't liked the chapter. If you haven't liked the video yet, please hit that like button for your boy. I want to hit 2,000 likes on this video.
We got 5 from Wade the Asian. It says, Larry, after watching your chapter reaction, you cope so much for rocks. It's actually crazy. Hashtag crazy ad chapter. Hashtag Roger on top. Hashtag rocks never mentions hockey. That's not fair.
Cap.
Another 5 from Inferno Knight. Sorry, Seb. Blackbeard stocks are down. Laughing emoji.
No, it's not.
And by the way, Big Dog Dragon about to make a move. Dragon about to do something crazy.
First of all, we knew Blackbeard, if he went up there, wasn't going to do much. All right? 2, we don't know if it's Blackbeard, who Shamrock himself has stopped. That's not fair.
Yeah.
That's not fair.
Another 5 from Kidadani. Loki was hung up on Lola, meanwhile Gerd exists. You may boo me, but I am right. Hashtag a throat to throat. Hashtag Uppy Peace does exist. Hashtag keep Loki away from Laboon. Wow.
Loki has not mentioned Lola once yet.
Yeah, that is crazy.
That's true. I mean, why would he?
Maybe it's just false allegations.
You're not supposed to bring up your ex-girlfriend, man.
Yeah, man.
I think it was on Big Mom's mind.
Yeah, I believe that too.
That's headcanon. Another 5 from Ghost of Razgriz. People gassing up Usopp for making the Eclipse 2.0 / Shaboti 2.0.
Oh my god.
I mean, Eclipse is from Berserk, right? Yeah.
That's terrible.
Hey, man.
It might get to that point now.
Hey, another 5 from Baby Boy Cam. What do y'all do outside of this? What's y'all relationships with each other? Cam, you must be new. We are me, Lawrence, and Lionel are actual biological brothers. Larry is our brother from another.
Colored.
And we do a variety of things outside of this. It's, you know, we work, bro. We got jobs.
Lawrence be stripping.
Yeah.
Don't tell him different, Lawrence. Money bags.
Okay.
Special private events. Bear hat included. Crazy.
And he charges the girls extra to touch the key.
He calls it the helicopter sausage. Don't know what that means. I think it's pretty self-explanatory.
And one of his heart.
After the segment we just had.
Oh, man.
Yes, guys, we're going to jump into the chapter. It's an hour and 30 left. I want to hit all of the super chats, okay? So, you ready, gentlemen?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's get into it. For the final part of the chapter, we see black smoke crashing down across multiple areas of Elbaf.
Why are you changing?
The giants look on in confusion, questioning what's happening. As the scene develops, we realize there are 5 pillars of smoke surrounding Horus Castle, forming what appears to be an abyss transmutation circle in the sky. It's the devil! Someone even questions aloud if it's some kind of magic circle. Nami urgently calls for everyone to come quickly, prompting Frankie and Sanji to rush to her side. Then something eerie begins. Music starts playing. It echoes across all of Elbaf. One by one, the houses begin to move, to take shape, and they start singing along with it. The giants are completely thrown off, wondering if they're dreaming and why this is happening. Even the forest itself seems to come alive, joining in the chorus. Someone questions whether this is the result of another person's power. The music grows louder and louder until suddenly something crashes down from within the abyss transmutation circle straight into Horus Castle. We cut inside to the throne room. Emu has arrived. They're hunched over, huffing and coughing, clearly strained from this journey. One hand hits the ground and blood follows. Emu is visibly shaken from whatever it took to descend upon Elbath. Then suddenly they roar, unleashing a burst of conqueror's hockey that tears through part of Oris Castle. Their form begins to change, wings starting to emerge. Yarul, Dory, and Brogy are stunned, questioning who or what they are looking at. We pull back to a wide view of Oris Castle, where even the clouds now seem to move unnaturally. The once lively houses and forests that were singing begin to laugh instead. Killingham is in complete disbelief. Emu has arrived. Somers, too, can't believe that Emu has come in person. From somewhere in Elbath, someone spots a figure atop Oris Castle. We see them, a presence overflowing with conqueror's hockey. Horns, a staff tipped with a blade, one hand covering their face, long white hair flowing, an overwhelming godlike aura. Then the narration hits. This is the creator of the world government, one of the original 20 of the Ancient Alliance, a wielder of a devil fruit power. The figure slowly lifts their head, blood trailing from their mouth, and beneath it all, a strikingly beautiful face is revealed. And then the truth. This is the king of the world, Saint Nerona Emu. And with that revelation, the chapter comes to a close. So, let's start with Lionel this time. What are your thoughts? And we'll go around the table afterwards.
Oh man, honestly, this was a scene. This whole thing was crazy, honestly. Like, because I saw your live reaction, Larry, I was almost acting the same way when I was reading. I'm like, yo.
I was like, yo.
Like, because again, we saw how it happened in Egghead, but this like covered like, because we know how big, I'm not saying how big the sky Elbath is, but like how big the castle is.
Yeah.
And that thing is just like it's covering all over it. Like,
whole thing, yeah.
Yo, it's honestly, it's like.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's as big as Elbath.
Yeah, I was thinking,
it's
right?
Like the tree itself.
Yo,
like, yeah, it's huge, bro.
It looks crazy. And I don't know how many people saw what was going on. Like, because we see it because it's like, you know, it's. Mm-hmm. So, because Nami said something's going on, because I think you'd be more freaked out of nowhere this is happening. Mm-hmm. Like, it looks so crazy. And again, I just see the sky and the clouds. It looked crazy.
It must have been unreal to her because she doesn't have the presence to feel hockey.
Yeah.
But she felt it in the air current.
Yeah.
Like before it even happened.
Because again, you just see in flames, not just coming down, but you see flames all around the whole castle. Mm-hmm. Like it's like I guess black flames, right? So like it just looks so crazy, honestly. Because you even see it, yeah, it covers the whole. Like,
yeah, it covers that whole area.
And I thought the same thing. I didn't notice the music. I didn't. But when I saw the houses coming to life, mm-hmm. I may thought of Big Mom.
Oh,
what was going on?
Yeah,
I thought the same Big Mom heavily. Like, and I always thought, like, you know, to a degree, Emo's like how like we've seen it. Like who he is a mixture of almost all Luffy's old enemies. Like there's a reference to obviously now there's an extra reference to Doflamingo, like Kaido. There's all Luffy's main protagonists and like that he fought. Emo's the big bad of all the big bads, like the main person, and Oda's doing a well job combining it. You know, so that's what I got too. And the hockey blast blowing it up and everything, but like and everyone's reaction towards it, like it's like. And I was also thinking too, like, because I know this is like a silhouette, right? Mm-hmm. But it's not a normal silhouette. Because
it might not be a silhouette.
That's what I was thinking too. Because when you ever see a silhouette that talks and has like, you know, and it stays in that form, like Lucy is a silhouette that Oda shows in the past for like, you know, people like, you know, who he had with the Yonko. Yeah, it wasn't them, whatever.
He had it with the Impel Down guards for a little bit too, though.
Yeah,
before they got shown. Yeah,
and that's what I'm thinking. But emo is just you're in this form. Mm-hmm. Like, and that's what, like you're in this form, like when you're in the Holy Land, and when you're getting out of Gonko's body, you're still in that form. So I'm just like, what is that? Because you said like honestly, this is like I don't understand.
What are you?
Seriously,
huh?
Because they're saying it's a black figure, so it's like it's like a black thing. So that's what you kind of see. It's just a black. Whatever.
They were like, don't shoot. That's not black. That man is not black.
Yeah. Because like you guys said, and that's what I was thinking of too when you guys brought up the whole the immortality thing.
Yeah.
Right? But I also thought of, like, why... I mean, I thought of that too, but I was sort of why as soon as he got out of the Holy Land, he starts immediately acting this, having this reaction. I thought of that too, but I also thought of it's either him turning to the transformation that we see like later on, or this was like a weird like what's the right word? Like a seal of his power in his true form or somewhat like that. Like you know how I thought of
it's like the eye patch on Kenpachi.
Yeah, or the handcuffs on Yusuke that is
not even fighting you at my fullest potential.
Pretty much. Like I thought of that too. Maybe it's both. Maybe it's
I do this to limit myself. Because my power is so awesome.
Yeah, I thought of different things though, but like I thought of that as well. Mm-hmm. But I'm just gonna jump to it, bro.
Jump to it, bro. Jump on it, bro. Jump on it. See, I was going nasty. It's the Carlton and Will Smith dance, okay?
Honestly, when I saw this form,
what did you think, bro? When you saw it, were you like, what? Like, what was happening, bro?
My mind was going different ways and different things. I'm also trying to wrap my head around it and make sense of it. Because first I thought this wasn't his ability form. This is what he actually looked like.
Yeah.
And I'm looking, does that make sense? Because he doesn't fit what the rest of the Gorosei.
Yeah.
Because, like, how the rest of Gorosei looked, like, kind of, I don't know, like, it just threw me off in how they review him, and especially how they kind of seem like they're kind of, like, racist towards other races, how they view him, but your great one is looking like this. It's just like, what's going on? Like, and all of them look human. Well, Emo doesn't look human. So,
right.
like, I mean, so that then I realized, no, that's his power. So this is not actually what he looks like. This is mostly his awakened form of his ability.
Or hybrid.
Oh, yeah, or hybrid.
Yeah.
Or hybrid.
Yeah.
And I gotta think, again, we already got the first thing you see him, he looks like from what we see here, he looks like a Lunarian.
Somewhat, yeah.
The only thing, he doesn't have the flames on his back or the black wings. But it's weird, he had black wings coming out of his coming out of that form.
Yo,
they don't have
Lionel
wings
just
anymore.
said Emu is just Killmonger, bro.
I mean, he got the tattoos, bro. The little dots.
I know.
But So good. We don't know if his hair is white, and we don't know if he's actually dark skinned like King and other Lunarians. But he has a similar design.
He's rice skinned.
Rice skinned. He's not light skinned. He's rice. I can't.
I'm gonna get canceled.
What do you say? He's a warrior. What was it? Because he said flipping. He said he was pretty much an Elbath warrior or whatever. But I forgot the Viking. A Viking. He's a Viking. Whatever.
I'm a Viking, Holmes.
But actually, I thought of King immediately. But I just looked at him more. He also weirdly reminded me and looked like
Shishomaru.
Young Kaido.
Oh, my bad.
What? Shishomaru? Oh, I kind of see what you're talking about. Kaido.
Yeah, he looks like Shishomaru, bro.
A little bit. I kind of see that.
How dare you, Inuyasha?
But yo, does he
not want to become?
If you look at why would I want to be like you? Chapter 1049, that's the chapter I'm talking about. Look at Kaido's face a little bit. Does he not resemble a little bit of Emo's form too? What he looks like?
I don't know, man. You probably just talking about Ancient Giants right now, bro. You know
go to 1049 when Whitebeard's talking to Kaido. I see the little
somebody said Lionel profiling again.
What? Yo, I'm not.
That's so funny.
But now his design looks cool, and again, looking at him, honestly, I got so many different I got Kaido, I got King, I got a little bit of a no too. I thought of a no too. With but mostly with the staff and that sitting stance that he was doing.
Mm-hmm. He kneeling he got his feet on the tip of the building, like Spider-Man. That's such a hard pose, low key.
And I thought it was funny too. The same thing with him and Dolphy. They both came here, and as soon as they came here, they just start blasting their hockey and just showing their presence, or whatever. Like the same, same.
I think he's just leaking it. I don't think he's trying to.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah, I think it's just leaking out of him.
Oh, similar to what happened to Luffy when he was in Nika form.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And I was my thought too. It's interesting. So if his hair is white.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking that's another thing, because I know Nika's hair is white, but he's all white. Mm-hmm. If his hair is white too, that's two.
But he all black. They trying to bring the man down, Lionel.
Wait, what?
I don't know.
I'm trying to think. But honestly, it goes into, I know what people probably thought of, they thought of Satan, they thought of angels, and like, and it goes into like Otis taking a lot from the Bible. Even I think I saw you bung up. I don't want to actually take your stuff. But
I have some heavy hitter for you. I'm gonna rely on you and Lawrence mad hard to correct me if I'm wrong. By the way, so
okay.
Yeah, but no, it's gonna be so good. I can't wait to get to it.
I think I don't know if I can say all the stuff I want to say because we don't have time like that. But like, it goes into again.
We're going until 10.
I know, but still, I feel like there's so much here. There's so much.
There's a lot. I mean, we can have like
if
an
you're
open
not gonna
discussion.
say it now,
yeah.
when you gonna say it, bro?
Yeah,
we can have like an open discussion.
I was gonna bring up like because the thing is like they said the creator of the world government and the power of the devil fruit and king of the world, and I like it how his form is looked here, and people think Satan the devil, and I remember that kid even saying that, are we gonna drop it concerning things like
yeah, that was a big concern for me and Sebastian. I was like, bro.
I say no because the fact that Oda dives into the Bible itself in his references. It's not just a weird like wicked or like gruesome show that whatever. That's why I couldn't watch certain things. But no, he clearly shows that he's taken a lot of his ideas, his character designs, and certain things from the Bible itself. And that's why I was wondering, how much does Oda understand and read the Bible? Because, like, again,
I was thinking the same thing, too, after this.
Yeah, I was like, because even though, a while back, I brought up, like, because even in the Bible, Satan does this, that he makes, because it's the same thing what Doflamingo did to King Rico, right? Mm-hmm. And he might have done it, and I think Morge brought up in the video, he might have done the same thing to, Davy Jones when he was king. Made him look like he was a bad person, and he came to save the hero. Like he made a reference of saying that what happened in the ancient history is similar with Doflamingo or in Dressrosa, but we see a replaying of things in other, like in Alabasta, how that king Cobra was looked to as bad, and and Karakinos the hero, and he saved the day, and he breaks it down. But I'm thinking if you look into reading the Bible, Satan tries to do that to God. Mm-hmm. He tried that's what people actually bring out, like why is so much suffering, why bad things happen. They're looking at God like he's to blame when it's actually Satan the devil who's actually doing it. But everybody's looking at God thinking that he's the cause of it. It's different because Satan is so much weaker than God, obviously, and he can't have that much pull, whatever. But I think it's also interesting in reverse-wise. I know many people don't know this or understand this, that because I know somebody brought up Lucifer. And it goes into what Oda was kind of doing with certain characters, but it's reversed because this is what God did to Satan. Lucifer is not Satan's name. Actually, Lucifer has nothing to do, it's not even reference to Satan devil at all. Mm-hmm. But God made it where that nobody knows actually Satan's name ever. Like, even though, so Satan tried to make God look look bad, and he tried to take God's position when he couldn't. But God made sure that nobody knows Satan's name. That's why you only have two angels in the Bible. It's Michael and Gabriel, but nobody knows Satan's actual real name. Yeah. And I was thinking of, like, you hear what Evil's trying to do. He's trying to take the name away from Roger, like the name Roger's name not be mentioned, or the D name. He made Rox trying to not like erase Rox's name and his history. Mm-hmm. He tried to make Nika's name be erased. Like, so it's like he's trying to make these people like erase permanently, like through their name or what they done or whatever, and he's failing at it because now we know them. Like, especially in the voice, that the fact they exist shows like he's trying to do these things. He has power, but he's limited in that power to do these things. Mm-hmm. There's so much I want to bring up, and I'm actually losing my train of thought because like my mind is just going haywire on different things. Because I was going to bring up, in the ruler of the world, I bring up that's also biblical too. So the Bible says that Satan is the ruler of the world, and now they have Emu, who's a depiction of Satan as the ruler of the world, similar to what Doflamingo is, which was foreshadowed as the ruler of his world, and Doflamingo was called Heavenly Demon. Mm-hmm. So like again, the Oda's just hitting so many different stuff from the Bible itself that honestly, it's just incredible that. Actually, I wish I want to talk to Oda. I want to talk to him and I want to know how much his understanding of it. Because I know it's not just the Bible itself, because I know he takes off from other mythologies, other other historical stuff and adds it. But like, I'm seeing so much other things going on, honestly. Like, and I think you're going to mention one of them too, but I don't want to bring it up because I don't want to. I want to stop here because I want to talk. I'll let somebody else talk Because again,
Yeah.
it's so much, bro. Honestly.
All right, collect your thoughts. If you have more, then just
Yeah.
interject. All right. Chevy Schwan,
All right.
what's up, bro? Talk to the people, dog.
This
Because I'm
was,
pretty sure mad people want to hear what you got, your thoughts.
bro, this was such a wild moment in time. So I was so hyped I didn't get spoiled on this chapter. I've been avoiding spoilers for months now, and everybody was telling us, like, we didn't do the call-in stream because they were like, yo, the leaks for this chapter are wild. So the whole time I'm like, what could happen? Like, what's gonna happen? Are we getting an Emu face reveal? Are we getting this or that? Like, are we getting lore for the backs? Like Ancient Kingdom backstory? Like, I didn't know what was gonna happen. And then when the chapter happened, and I saw that first like black lightning bolt, like flame strike down.
Yeah, it's a smoke.
It's smoke.
I thought it was lightning too, but it's smoke.
I was like, yo, like, hold up. And then when I got to the next page and I saw the giant pentagram with the 5 coming down, and I was like,
crazy, dog.
nah, this is
crazy,
wild,
bro.
yo. Like, I was freaking out a little bit, and then the dancing houses and I'm like, yo, what is that? Like, why are we're doing Big Mom stuff now? Like, I started thinking to Top Musica, Big Mom, like what the role of music's gonna play in this. Like, is this gonna be the soundtrack for the rest of the series? I thought of Don to Don for no reason, just because that was the words I was reading. It was just like, yo, like, this is crazy. I immediately thought of the twins and the whole magic circle thing, the black flames. And then when the smoke smashes down into the castle, my first thought was like, was the castle gonna survive? Like, is the castle done?
Yeah,
like, is it done
I was
for
like,
the
bro,
castle?
I don't know if the castle's gonna survive this, bro.
Like, is the castle done for? Colin got knocked out, bro.
Yeah.
Like he out, bro. Colin done. I was like, yo, hold up.
It was so lit,
bro. I was like, yo, hold on. And Luffy's face, like, looking like, I'm like, bro, you need to lock in.
Yeah.
You need to lock in more than you ever have, bro.
Somebody give him some shark food.
Yo, so then we come back to the castle, to the throne room, and so Emu falls to the ground and starts coughing up blood, right? And I was like, what does this mean exactly? Like, him being away, I know a while ago, I don't know if you guys remember this, a long time ago, probably when we first started, before we even started the pod, but like on the pod it came a few times, about the celestial dragons and the need to wear the air bubbles.
Right.
And there was a thought process about, like, they can't breathe the regular world's air. And I felt like it had gotten pushed to the wayside in the sense of, like, no, that can't be the case because the Gorosei and the Holy Knights people are kind of existing down here. And they came back up with killing him recently, right? Because he's wearing the bubble or whatever, something. And I'm like, is that why? Like, could that be why? Is it just power? Is it just he's not allowed to be leaving in the same sense that Larry was talking about earlier with, like, maybe he's tied some sort of soul contract, life contract, something to this direct area? Or is it just the sheer force of what it would take to teleport himself this way? And I was like, I don't know, but, like, if he's willing to make this type of a sacrifice where he's bleeding and coughing up blood to even be here, it's not just that he's here.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna show out, like, on a level that I don't think we even ready for as a community.
Right.
And I'm with that
Mm-hmm.
because, to me, we talk about it a lot. We've talked about it a lot. What would need to happen, right, for Usopp to die? And I know we were trolling about it earlier, but on some level, what Usopp said to Emu did ring true. And he felt that. And if we was ever going to kill Usopp and accept it as a community, I think Emu's the one who got to do it. I do. On some level.
That's crazy.
My mind went there. It did. I'm on the train, bro. Have Emu kill Usopp.
Good, bro. I'm glad, bro. You're finally on it.
I'm with that.
We should have had Anel do it, but it's okay.
Nah. we need the real guy of the world to do it, dog. You feel me? In terms of Emu's design, or even before I even get to that, my man split the sky by himself, bro. Like, true, like the heavens opened up, bro. Mm-hmm. Like it's shining on him.
Yeah, bro.
Like he made that happen. Like it's cloudy. It goes from cloudy to bright sunning, like the sun is beaming down on him. And the design is so hard, bro. Like to Lionel's point, he doesn't look like any of the Gorosei. And it's interesting, not just in physicals, with the horns, the dark skin, the eyes, the hair, the tattoos. They all look pretty traditional. Suits, ties, kimonos, they're formal. He looks straight out of an ancient text.
Yeah.
Straight out of a mural. Mm-hmm. Straight out of hieroglyphics. Like he doesn't look like he's of this time when they do. And I'm curious why that is.
No, I just thought you said straight out of Compton.
Straight out of Compton. Like he's clearly not like them, which I also really like. And then, what are the skulls about? Whose skulls are those? What I got 3 skulls. Larry has his thought process around previous Joy Boy candidates.
That'd be crazy. But no, I can't say that.
Yo!
Nah, that's too much.
Yo!
That would be hard, though.
Yo!
That would be hard. I'm not going to sit here and front that would be hard. Wearing the skulls of your enemies is crazy.
Bro, who are these skulls, bro?
I would do it.
There was a theory. That's like so. Miracle Di Mayo popped the theory.
That's crazy.
He popped the theory to me earlier today, which I thought was interesting, and it said if you look at Boa's snake, I think it's Solomon or whatever it is. The skull looks similar, and so the thought process is that these skulls are former like heads of like the Amazon Lily.
Damn, he hate women that much?
I was like, maybe just they're snakes.
Who burned him? Lily, what did you do?
Yeah.
Amazon Lily!
It's a circle.
And a condom malt liquor!
It gives you what? It gives you what?
Listen.
And who does that? Lionel Richie. Little Richie.
Listen.
And what's another term for Little Richie?
Oh my God, it's Richard, bro. But anyway, the black cloak, the staff, it's just, I didn't expect Emu to look like this, and it's dope in the best way.
Yeah.
Because in the show about pirates, he is the antithesis of a pirate, and he don't look anything like a pirate. You know what I'm saying? He don't. I love that though. He looks more like an L.
Yeah.
He looks more
He even
like
has the circle thing on the nose, what Adele has on his back.
Bro, there's theories about the eyes on that too. Being the connected to the covenants. I think I saw somebody send the super chat on that. Like the number of eyes he has on that wreath around him or whatever it is the number of contracts he can make at a given time. Like, there's so much like questions, bro. And then the box. Creator of the world government. Not the creator of the world government. One of the first 20 and the power. The devil's fruit. I shot the broker because 3 years ago he called in and said, I think Emu has the devil fruit, like the devil power. And it seems as though it's the case. And I wonder if we harken back to what Vegapunk's thought process was about, and you mentioned earlier, Larry, collective will or collective thought process or collective like ambition towards a thing creating a devil fruit. We saw seemingly devil worshippers in One Piece.
Yep.
With Brook.
Yep.
If there was enough of those people imagining an ability, imagining a person that should be the devil of the world, is this where the devil fruit comes from? Is this where this specific fruit would come from? And what would that fruit look like?
Right.
And people have been talking like Emu he seems mixed race. He seems like all of the races of the world that people may have feared at one point.
That's why you never trust those light-skinned the Chris Browns of the world.
It might sound wild. It might sound wild.
Hilarious.
But if Emu is this devil and is supposed to represent fear and all these things, and he has the horns of an ancient giant, he has the skin and the flame ability, seemingly, potentially, of a Lunarian. I don't know if there's fishmen in here, but if he has all of these attributes or physical traits of these people, is the thought process that the devils of the world were just these abnormal beings that existed in the world back then? The ancient giants, the Lunarians, etc., who probably dominated the world for an extended period of time until things like devil fruits came about, where it gave humans a more even playing field to combat with them.
Yeah.
Technology, devil fruits, just advancements in general. If the world of that time didn't have that kind of equilibrium, and maybe it did because the ancient kingdom was advanced, would the world view all those people in that light? Mm-hmm. And would that then create this type of fruit where you can do all this stuff? I don't know. It's tricky because it's like kind of a chicken before or the egg thing with like what came first. Is this the first devil fruit? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Is it just in the same vein that everybody dreamed up or imagined or wanted this and or feared this? I know we talked about devil fruits come from dreams. Maybe there's nightmare fruits. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, my mind went so many different ways with this, bruh. And like, I don't know. I just feel like I want to know what the tattoos are about. I want to know how Oda will pull this off. Because you have to stick the landing. You can't have Emu come down and he gets driven out, to me. Which is why I brought up the Usopp death thing. Like, there needs to be a reckoning. If Emu's gonna come down to Elbaf in the way that he's now doing, not possessing Gunko, yes, he might have some limitation to him, he might be nerfed in some way. That's fine. We can't have him come and get driven out. There needs to be some sort of, like, I said reckoning. There needs to be a comeuppance. There needs to be a payoff to this.
There needs to be a happenstance.
Yeah, like there needs to be some sort of measurable, identifiable, Emu came to Elbaf and this was the result. Mm-hmm. That makes us go, okay, that's the king of the world. I'm not worried he won't, but I'm terrified of what it can mean. Because I know I said I'm down for Usopp dying. And again, I harken back to Usopp saying the things he said to Emu directly, potentially being a catalyst for that. I know I want it potentially to happen. I don't think any of us are actually ready for it. I know y'all cheer for it, y'all want it, y'all champion for it. Yeah, kill Usopp. The day it actually happens, or if it actually were to happen, it would be a tone shift in this series that y'all would not be ready for.
How do I say goodbye?
Oh man.
To Usopp.
Oh man. But that's really it. I'm hyped for it. Mm-hmm. I love the Emu's design. I feel like I'm ready for whatever is gonna happen, even if I'm not ready. I'm really curious about the singing and.
You made me think of an idea.
What's up?
You know that pretty much we brought up to how, like, you know, devil fruits or abilities are made from people's dreams, imagination, stuff like that, right? Then you brought up the whole nightmares thing.
Yes.
And I thought of, you know, Killigam, he made a manifestation of people's nightmares, and some of it actually looks like a little like evil or whatever. Then I thought of the music. Like, you know, the music playing. And I thought of how does these abilities, like, how can you imagine something that comes manifest? It actually becomes a fruit and it becomes real. And I thought of, I wonder if the Tata thing or the Uta's
Pop Musica?
Yeah, because music became manifest, became an actual thing. Mm-hmm. I wonder if that's a connection between your dreaming and playing music, and somehow combining both manifests as actual fruit of the actual self, and it became manifested through that. Like those combinations.
Okay.
Because the music is actually becoming things. Like we saw it in a film memory movie that the music became an actual thing itself. It started attacking, whatever. Mm-hmm. So I wonder if there's a connection, obviously through technology or whatever, but there's a connection through that music, because now we're getting music with abilities, which we didn't really get like that before. But like, let's say they were singing, you know. But that's something like I wonder, only at the aspect of them becoming, you know, an actual fruit or a power. Like that's the only part we don't know how they become about. But now you have a thing that's able to do it, like music. I kind of see it like okay, like because we saw it in the film world that's kind of in a way canon but not canon at the same time. So that's what I thought of.
No, it's funny that you say that because you have, like you mentioned, what you just mentioned there, that you have Emu coming and this song is being sung, but also too when Luffy comes, drums are played. Mm-hmm. So it's very interesting that Oda's doing with music. Because also too, we also kind of speculate about the whole what's that song that's always being sung? Bing Sake. You know,
I thought you were gonna say "Nuck if you buck."
Hey, man,
If you buck, when we knocking, we bucking, we ready to fight. We're about to get demonetized.
Bucky v. Buck is crazy, bro.
Because I only bunged up because Sebastian, you bung up what came first, right? And I thought of I was wondering. You said what that gotta be was that the first fruit? And I thought of because we have Nika around, so we have Nika and we have this fruit now. Mm-hmm. And they both seem like a god or angel type figure. And I also thought of the whole demon thing. Like you have angels who are pure and light and who are light, things. But when you think of demons, they're dark, terrifying looking creatures. Mm-hmm. But they have but they were once angels. Yeah. I thought Oda Kili went in that route with Emu's new reveal. It's like the fallen, like this person fallen angel, but an angel who turned bad and changed. That's what I got from Emu's form. And that's something and how you have Joe Boy, who's supposed to be an angel or god, who's the good. You get me? So that's what I got. Again, there's so much that Oda's doing, but what?
No, I was saying Sebastian was saying that. I mean, it actually made me think of not necessarily the angels, but their offspring, the Nephilim.
I thought that too.
I thought the Nephilim because the reason why they're called the Nephilim is because they were so mighty they made others fall down. Mm. Right? And then the Bible also says these are the men of fame from the days of old, the men of fame.
Yeah.
So it's like they built up a legend about themselves while they were on Earth. Mm-hmm. So it's like it made me think of that.
I thought that too as well. I thought, but I wanted to keep talking. But I thought the Nephilim as well in that aspect.
I'm done.
Shrubby John?
Yeah.
All right. What's so funny?
I don't know. It's just that name.
I feel like Lionel should do it because he's already got the down pack.
I gotta tell you something about that too later, Lionel.
But
all right, Lo.
All right. So honestly, Nami was shook. She was shook, bro. Cause you saw her when she noticed it. She was shook and immediately called for support and backup. She's like, "Guys, come back, guys!" She was that shook. She couldn't really feel sense the hockey that way, the gravity, but she felt something so up that she immediately called for Sanji, Brooke, whoever was there, come back here because there's something going on here. But she was shook.
She was like, no, y'all need to come. What is happening?
Yeah, we need to figure this out. Don't go anywhere, right? And emo power changing the houses and trees reminds me of Big Mom's ability. You guys alluded to that. And how much, and I said before, it's crazy how, the One Piece powers, I said it before too, how much it could actually change the weather. We're talking about splitting skies, but we saw on God Valley, they made it rain. You know what I'm saying? They're the hockeys of
all these individuals.
Yeah, all these individuals made it rain and stuff like that. So it was crazy with how much the powers is expanding in One Piece and what it's able to affect, right? And I'm not gonna lie though, I actually was a tiny bit disappointed that Emu's hockey didn't knock out any grown giants, but just the kids.
I was too, but I'm not gonna say
that.
I know, I'm pretty hyped right now, so I'm not gonna disappoint myself.
Yeah.
I agree.
I kind of wanted a little more, but
feel bad for those kids though.
Yeah. I kind of wanted some grown giants to be you know what I'm saying, a little bit. But what?
Never mind. I don't want to get into it.
All right, and
we're not Joy Boy hockey scaling.
Yeah, I was about to say that. That's why I stopped.
We're not doing it because you're gonna get Sebastian started, and then the whole top 30 again that y'all ruined is gonna come back.
That's also different because that was a knot, and this is not a knot.
That's why I stopped. I was like,
that's not a knot, right?
It doesn't make it better. I don't know why you said that. Doesn't make it better, Lawrence.
No, because I'm thinking he put a massive amount of hockey in that.
We don't know.
Well, no, Joe Boy did. We're emo. I think he just showed up. Right. All right. And honestly, so we're seeing Luffy. I think we're about to see Loki and Emu 1-on-1. Actually,
I hope.
Because
I hope not.
Luffy,
he's gonna get bodied.
I'm with it.
So
you killed my pops.
Shut
up, little boy.
So the reason I say this is because Luffy is in this old man fatigue state, right? And can't do battle. And I don't think that frozen food is gonna cut it to nutrition, even though it is Elbaf's food, like food from Elbaf, and we saw what it's able to do for Luffy. I don't know if he's gonna, because I understand but they're also giants. We see Loki just chowing out on frozen bread. We see even Rat-Tasker chewing on whatever he's eating right there. Luffy's eating frozen whatever, but he's in his weakest state. Maybe if I do it, and also like you guys mentioned before, like for Vegapunk, or you took away the thermal energy, just put it back so they can eat. You know what I'm saying? It's like just give it back here and they'll do what you did. But because of this, and Imu's already here now. Mm-hmm. I think since Luffy's not going to have enough time to regenerate, or recuperate, I should say, recover, we may get this battle of Loki and Imu one-on-one. And I know we're supposed to talk about, like, our Imu's presence here, like, it can't just be whatever. I know you guys have thought, like, Usopp's going to get taken out. I believe Imu might take out Loki.
No, that's not happening.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Though he might take out Loki.
What do you mean you don't know? Loki's on the mural.
I thought of that too, but I was thinking...
Yeah, he's not getting taken out 100%.
Larry, we just had a whole conversation.
We just had a boar pig.
Hold on. We just had a whole conversation about
happening.
Emu preordained this and that. And I'm taking action to stop that. I don't care what's on the mural. This the mural?
You know what? You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Shout to Rocks. You're right, bruh.
This Emu.
You're right. You're right.
I mean, I don't believe it, but like, I'm with the attempt.
You're right. I believe it.
So to me, it's like it could be Usopp. I don't know if Oda's fully gonna give us a Usopp passing.
We on Elbaf, man.
You know, but to me, if it's not going to be Loki, I'm not gonna say I'm demanding 3, but I see 3 others passing. I'm seeing Yarul, Dory, and Bragi.
Man,
Dory and Bragi ain't going. Brogy and Dory not going.
No, they could. I just don't think it means anything.
And that's what I'm thinking. Like the impact. Like if he, because let me, so
he better kill Shanks too. No, I'm playing.
He's not even here. Like, he's like, anyway.
I'll be mad at him if Emu kills Shanks. What we doing?
So I want to get into.
I wouldn't. Take everybody out. Leave Luffy by himself.
That would be crazy.
See if he could do it.
Sweep the leg, man.
Sweep the leg. So this is what I want to get to. Like this is actually a little bit what Larry was talking about before about the whole your theory about the castle and Emu.
Yeah.
Right. So and I was alluding towards about it before. Like me and Larry had similar thoughts, but I didn't cover it all. I have a small thing, not as more in depth of Larry's, but this is what I was saying before. About Luffy, Emu leaving Morijoa Castle. That these panels here make me think that the castle's holder keeps Emu in that possible immortal form. So I think the form that we see Emu always, and we're seeing a new form now, I believe the form that we always see Emu in, that's his immortal form. Like when he's in immortality, like living forever, can't die, I think he has to be in that form, and it's kind of like only tied to that castle. Like you're pointing out, once he leaves like Eternals, he goes back to his normal form, and that state is not necessarily immortal anymore, but he goes back to how he regularly looks. So I think if he wants to be, or if he is in his immortal state where he can live for thousands of years, he's in that smaller version of himself. And it's funny because, not that it's this, but we kind of see hits of it in other animes too, or whatever. For example, we see people who are like strong in martial arts, to reserve power, keep power, they kind of keep a small version of themselves. Like, they kind of like, they don't have this, like, you know how Master Roshi? We see him, he has a brolic form, but he has his old, fragile state. Yeah. And I don't know if everyone mentions another show called Tenjo Tenge.
Yeah.
That, the older sister.
He is beating his...
Yeah, exactly. Right?
Oh my God.
But the older sister, she had her regular form.
She had the chibi form.
And she had the chibi form to
Very
reserve power.
by the way. Very inappropriate. I don't know what they were doing.
Yeah, I don't know what they were doing. That was weird.
Good show, though.
Yeah. But so for Emu, I'm thinking like for his immortal state, that's what he looks like. And that's why I see him like, because to me, how it looked, it didn't look like he willingly changed.
Right.
And more like, as soon as he got out, he was forced to change to me. And then even like he came there, he spit up blood, and then I didn't know where it was forced out. Like he even yelled out. If you're transforming like that, you don't. Why would you need to yell out almost like not in pain, but you coughed up blood, then he yelled out, and it seemed forced to me. I think it's he was taken out of his immortal state, which is tied to Morijoa Castle or the Holy Land.
He had like a Goku Super Saiyan moment. I am the light.
Maybe. So, so I think leaving that because there's no original state. And also, too, his normal state, we see how small he was. Guys always compared to like he looks small, like Luffy stature.
Yeah, he was pretty small. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a big dude to me now. Like
ancient giant size.
Yeah. Like he's arguing. So to me,
because Orange Castle is not small.
Exactly, it's not small at all.
He's actually a very humongous person.
Dude, exactly.
Yeah.
And even if you look at his hand. Compared to his hand is huge especially compared to his
he's
face.
a big guy.
So
big guy.
We see like he looks like a dude compared to especially like this is on Elbaf and like you said Orange Castle. So that's him too. Like we see his skin and all that stuff like that. You guys shot it too. I thought it too. Killmonger with the cuts there, very interesting.
This is what the man has been trying to prevent for 400 years.
But yeah, like I said, I think you guys said it before. He kind of looks like he might be mixed of Lunarian and ancient giant blood. And it's funny because I kind of wanted someone to have that mixture because we talk about a strong race or whatever. It even was that we still don't know. The horn is not exactly the same. It's there, but it's like kind of curvy in a way. The horn it's not straight like
Louis curve.
it's
yeah.
So we'll see what. I don't know if we get an emu flashback. I don't think we're gonna get it right now, but eventually I think that will be dope seeing his flashback because that's obviously gonna tie it to the Void Century and everything, you know. Yeah, and
demon mode.
Huh? Oh,
yeah.
Also, too, I have to say this. I don't know if Lionel said it already because I went to the restroom, right? Because me and Lionel. You would mainly Lionel was the head of this debate or whatever. We talked about emu being a dude versus a woman. Mm-hmm. You know, me and Lionel would always say like, no, we believe that emu is going to be a man, not a woman, because like how Oda wrote it, he never has had Luffy's main opponents or main villains be a woman.
Yeah. Right.
You know, So I was thinking that me and Lionel we're seeing this ahead of time, and it's kind of like Oda just confirmed like our thoughts on this already. That Emu is the man; he's not a woman, as many people believe or portrayed as. But me and Lionel kind of saw that already, you know. And the last thing I was gonna say is like I want to cover this. I know it's going around a lot about the reason why Emu came here was Usopp's influence or word spoken. To me, that has nothing to do with why Emu showed up. Because again, we kind of got it covered early in the chapter, Emu's thoughts onto why he's going to Elbaf, this chain of events. Usopp is not there. Like, he's not even a thought. It wasn't like, oh, Usopp's thought, like, you're a coward. I should show up to Elbaf to prove I'm not a coward. Because the way Emu's mindset is, and it kind of lowered to before against what Garling was attacking, because you got to think you're always protected because you guys were so strong. Emu literally says, or why he doesn't get involved is like pretty much that all he views like everyone else as insects, but everyone else, like he said, is lower. This is his words to Usopp. You guys are lower than me. Why would I get lower myself and dirty my hands with this? Right? So that's what he's telling. So then took Usopp out immediately after he's knocked out. Luffy's even trying to get him to recover. So this shows that Usopp had no factor into Emu coming here. It's more like Larry was saying that all this is happening is like, all right, I'm still gonna fight to prevent what I want, because ultimately the timeline that they're all thinking about, we don't know exactly when that is, because we all think it's supposed to take place later on in the Great War. But again, Emu's also trying to prevent all this happening to maintain this power. So it's like, yo, it's all preordained, so to speak. And it's like, kind of like, it was like, not on my watch. Yeah. If I can come here to prevent mostly because we see this here, so I'm going to show up in person to stop what's going on, because the people I view lower than me are taking up rising against me.
Even beyond that, Lawrence, in the chapter, he says, or Emu says, arrogance, sloth, detachment, pride casteth away these things.
Exactly.
Like, it's funny as a meme.
Yeah.
It's not
exactly. Because Sebastian brought out exactly. So that mindset that Emu just said before about the whole like lower whatever, he's like, I got to throw that away. I got to come myself to handle these things because things are getting. My control is being threatened now, you know?
Yeah. And I also thought it was heavily, whatever Loki just froze, that stayed in the frost thing besides Gonko.
No, that disappeared.
No, I think it's still frozen.
What?
I think, because soon as that...
Emu silhouette?
Whatever that thing, like part of him. I think part of him still frozen.
Bro. You saw a little, you go back to the chapter, you see a little bit of it completely disappear.
I thought it just got pure frozen, and that's what, because as soon as that happened, that's when Emu said, no, I'm going now. Okay. So I always linked, there's something that Loki did and froze that Emu was also trying to recover back.
Maybe.
I don't know, because as soon as that happened, that's when he decided I'm going. Like, That's what I thought. I don't know.
I also want to point out too something small. I just thought it was like this because it came up on my feed on Instagram, and I noticed this always happens. A small little thing. The panel of Chopper and Zoro. Someone posted up on Instagram, and
That's where Chopper was.
Huh?
That's where Chopper was.
Yeah. But if you noticed, like almost there's a series of things ever since Chopper like joined the crew in the Alabasta arc. Every time like Chopper's like scared or whatever, he does this. Like the guy showed a
Clings to Zoro's
series,
face.
and then he showed a series of it and how much Chopper does this from Alabasta to all the way to Wano, and until now he always jumps on Zoro's head, like the kind of like the big brother or whatever, someone he could look to for protection. But it's like it's a lot how much Oda's written, how many times has Chopper done this, and it made me laugh though. Again, Chopper gets scared and then jumps on top of Zoro's head.
Yeah, I think Chopper could like slap Emu
No,
and have an impact. No,
not even a little bit.
No.
No. But yeah, I think that's all I have for now.
All right.
Not even a little
Sebastian,
bit.
don't be
Not
smart.
even a little bit.
That'd be crazy.
If I asked y'all if y'all thought Chopper could have a direct impact on Diamond Reverse 2 chapters ago, y'all
You
would
would
be
have
like,
to have
no.
hockey for his Devil Fruit to actually matter against Emu.
If he smacks,
We already
Emu,
have that like situated, bro.
If he smacks Emu, Emu comes out of his ability. I'm like, all right.
I'm just gonna say it. I absolutely loved Emu's debut. There's so much packed into just these 6 pages. First, I want to talk about Emu in the Oris Castle throne room. This ties directly into one of the concerns I mentioned earlier, the idea that Emu has a limitation. And now it seems like that limitation is tied to their health. If the immortality surgery really bound Emu's eternal life to Mary Joa, then what we're seeing now makes a lot of sense. By physically being on Elbaf, Emu may have stepped outside of the conditions that sustain that immortality, which is what Lawrence was shooting for too. And now the consequences are showing. So seeing Emu spit up blood and appear physically weakened suggests that their long life, or at least its full effect, is no longer active. It's almost like they've stepped outside of the room that allowed them to exist in that state. If that's the case, then we might never actually see Emu operating at 100% while outside of that environment. And honestly, I do not like that. It reminded me a lot of All For One from My Hero Academia. After his battle with All Might, he was permanently damaged. He was reliant on a breathing apparatus and no longer the same overwhelming force he once was. But this also taps into a larger pattern in One Piece. Oda has a history of teasing top-tier characters without fully showing their peak. Roger is a perfect example. We still don't know what he looked at like at full strength, and now Emu might fall into that same category, which is frustrating as hell to me, because One Piece thrives on long-term buildup. And for a character like Emu especially, who has been positioned as the ultimate figure at the top of the world, it wouldn't feel right if Luffy defeats a version of them that isn't at full strength. Especially if that weakness stems from past damage, possibly even from Joy Boy. That kind of victory wouldn't hit the same. So while I loved the debut, I really hope we eventually get to see Emu at full power. No limitations, no health issues, just to truly understand what the King of the World is capable of, essentially. Now, for Emu's identity, what an unbelievable reveal. Narona Emu, the true king of the world, and the figure behind the creation of the world government, wielding the power of a devil fruit, an actual devil fruit, because I believe the devil fruits were named devil fruits, so the world government wouldn't have people just eating all these incredible powers to oppose them. So, there's so much to unpack here that it's honestly hard to know where to begin, but I'll share a few thoughts, and I'm hoping that I can lean on Lawrence and Lionel for deeper biblical insight. I'm still learning and haven't completed a full read-through of the Bible myself, so bear with me if I miss the mark anywhere, okay? Just bear with me. When I first saw that Emu possesses a devil fruit, my immediate thought was that it could be a Hito Hito no Mi model Satan. Now, I don't necessarily believe there's a literal devil in One Piece universe, just like there isn't an actual Buddha, right? But rather that Oda uses these figures as symbolic frameworks expressed through devil fruits and mythology. If Imu does have a Satan-based devil fruit, then that moment where Imu falls from the sky and lands in such a weakened state instantly made me think of Luke 10:18. It quotes, "I saw Satan fall like lightning from heaven." The parallel feels intentional. We then see Imu descend into Aura's castle with that same sudden, almost violent imagery, followed by the release of Conqueror's Haki, powerful enough to once again knock out the children of Elbaf. This is the second time they've had this date drug like put in their drink, right? It's bad trauma. Then comes the eerie shift. Music begins to play, and the environment itself starts to come alive. Houses and trees begin singing, as almost if reality is bending around Imu's presence. While there isn't a direct biblical quote that explicitly ties Satan to music, some theological interpretations draw from Ezekiel 28:13, which references instruments like timbrels and pipes being prepared at creation. If Oda is pulling from that idea that Satan had a connection to music, then it creates a fascinating parallel. It would make Imu a perfect thematic counter to Luffy, the sun god Nika, who is also closely associated with rhythm, liberation, and joy through music. That same passage also places Satan in the Garden of Eden, which becomes even more interesting when you consider how often we see Imu within a garden setting within Pangaea Castle, deep in the Holy Land. The visual symbolism lines up a little too well to ignore. Then there's what appears to be Imu's hybrid form with eyes covering the cape. So, before the fall, Satan was often associated with high-ranking angels like the cherub, if I'm not mistaken, or the cherubim. What was it?
The cherubs?
The cherubs, right?
And the
Because it said it, huh?
It's the cherubs and the seraphim.
Okay,
the
the
only
cherubs.
like angels like mentioned, yeah.
Yeah. So in Ezekiel 10:12, these cherubs, these beings, are described as having bodies covered in eyes, an unsettling but striking image that mirrors what we're seeing with Imu, right? And even something like Imu's darker tone could loosely connect imagery like Revelation 12:3, which describes a fiery red dragon for one of Satan's forms.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't be surprised if it's a one-to-one comparison for Imu to have red-like skin. But it still fits within the border theme of Oda pulling from the layered religious symbolism rather than direct adaptation. And to add to everything I've said, and I hope this blows you guys' minds a little bit, take a look at Imu's name. Saint Nerona Imu. And I think Lawrence figured it out. Rearranged in a more Western format, it becomes Saint Imu Nerona, giving us the initials SIN, which literally spells sin.
Mm-hmm.
I might not be hitting on every point perfectly because I'm not as well versed as the twins in the Bible, but that's what makes Oda so fascinating. His ability to draw from history, theology, and mythology and weave it all into a single cohesive narrative, bro, is genuinely incredible. It's genius level thinking. So, I'm not finished, but I just wanted to see what you guys thought about, because I'm very proud of the research I did. So, like, I wanted to see what you guys thought about all that stuff.
So one, because I'm here right now in Ezekiel 10:12 right now. So I just want to mention, it's really interesting you brought that out. I will say, so for music wise and say in the Bible, not so much.
Mm-hmm.
Usually music or instruments played in the Bible is usually referenced to like actually praising God.
Yeah.
You know? And that part in Ezekiel where it's talking about actually they're being covered in a bunch of different eyes, is actually, interesting enough, it's actually talking about, in symbolic terms, God's chariot. Mm-hmm. That these angels are like carrying and is able to go in any direction like that God chooses to go. So kind of representing the mass coverage of God's power, right? That it can how swift and move it can do. So it's all symbolic, speaking how readily and fast and swift,
Dynamic
it can actually move and do things with that. Like it isn't for example. So they had to give it to in a vision that we can understand. So for example, you have a car, right? But it has wheels that can only kind of go back and forth, but you have to turn it. Think of more remember the movie I Am Legend, where it had that car where they could move sideways, whatever. So the wheel is kind of described more in a crazy way like that, where it's it can move in any direction, different from how we have cars now, but it's superior to that.
And it has eyes all over.
Exactly, to see and respond to anything.
And it's crazy because that's where I pinpointed Emu having a wheel behind them with the eyes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was just thinking yo, this is too purposeful to not to ignore. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
And I was thinking when you brought up the whole snake thing and the dragon, and because the Bible refers to Satan, the original serpent, the great dragon, because he used a serpent, the Garden of Eden. And somebody brought up that Emu also has snake references with him, as in that you brought up, he's the snake in the garden, and that could have lead to a betrayal that Emu did to somebody specifically, but
like Joy Boy and Lili.
Yeah. So it's just again, he's playing a lot with with the whole biblical. I like you did your research, bro.
Yo, I tried, bro. I wanted to impress God, bro.
No, it's good too, because even that count, I thought it was very interesting. You used Luke 10:18, because Jesus says that in a symbolic term. But it's funny if you look at beforehand, it's actually after Jesus' disciples come back to return to him after preaching or sharing the good news, and they say even the demons were made subject to them. So Jesus' disciples got done expelling demons, right? And then Jesus kind of praises them, saying, "Hey, I see Satan already falling down from lightning, falling down already falling like lightning from heaven, right?" But it's also later on, because this is about later on. I think most people are familiar with. There is a time where there is a battle takes place in heaven, where Satan is literally kicked out of heaven, and he can no longer go back, and he's stuck on Earth, legit booted. I always thought of I always visioned remember the movie 300. She's like, "This is smart. This is heaven," and he kicks Satan down in the chest, and he falls down like that. So yeah.
So there's a couple things I want to bring up before we have to hit the super chats. One, Emu has a blade. I wonder if this is one of the supreme graded blades that's missing, because I think we're missing about 4 to 5. I think Lionel could correct me on that. This also probably means that Mihawk beats Emu. I'm just gonna point that out. Something I also want to point it out, and I think this would be really good for Sebastian, would be he has 3 skulls. Blackbeard has 3 skulls. There might be a connection between Blackbeard knowing more and proving once again Davy Jones might just know something incredible that we don't know yet. So I really hope that gets figured out. There's these signs and these markings on Emu. It brought up a weird fascination for the X-Men for me, because there's this the technovirus that Cable, which is Cyclops's and Jean Grey's son, they end up getting. So I wonder if this is just a virus that he suffers from that's around his body, that's supposed to make him stronger, or this could be a reference also to the god Ra that they have in Egyptian mythology, which would be around fire and stuff like that. I don't know if these are actual horns from the devil fruit or it's horns from his actual birthright. And if it is so, then this just proves even more so that the Giants were getting around somehow, some way, bro. I don't know how they made it to the Lunarians. This would be very interesting if he is a Lunarian. He probably took out his own people. It was very questionable to me how the Lunarians got taken out in general, because as we've seen from a grown adult Lunarian that fights, you need Conqueror's Hockey in order to even compete with them at that level. Or you just have to have some type of great virus disease that can murk them.
And Nell took out the Perkins.
That's what I thought.
Anel did take out the Birkins. Great call out. Forgot about that.
thought
Shout out
that
to
too.
Anel. He did the right thing.
Wow.
So it's very interesting to me. The next thing I want to point out is that, like Lionel said, this is the devil fruit at work. I do think that he's awakened. I think this is his awakening. I think that he's going to be a special zone the same way Luffy is, and he's supposed to be his direct opposite. I think this is the person that people wanted to defeat this person that we're seeing right now. So they conjured up the yin to the yang.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And one can't exist without the other. So like a dream, there's also a nightmare. So I think what's happening right now is that Imu had awakened, and he basically uses awakening on the entire area. And now the entire area is coming to life. And we know that Luffy can also conjure up and probably make things come alive if he wanted to, based on his imagination. So this is one of the craziest panels I think I've ever seen in my life. I really want to know what... I think that there's a next level to also this zone ability. So I think that Luffy can go to Gear 6. The reason I say this is because there's usually the cloak, right? But Imu has taken the zone cloak, and it is black, but it has eyes on it. And I'm just going to throw that to his devil fruit ability. But here's the difference. There's clouds on the outside of him. That's a part of him too. Mm-hmm. We haven't seen that with any zone users yet. We've only seen the cloak or the scarf around their shoulders. This is like literally the cloak, but more defined, and then it's coming out of his body too. Insane.
It just reminded me. Remember, just real quick, I'm gonna use a Bleach reference. We had the Espadas, and they had like a released form.
A wrong card.
That's what it's called.
I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, right. But then it was like Ukiwara.
Yeah,
he was the only one. There was actually
to have a second
version.
Yeah, he had a second version.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then there's for Bankais, there's like a release date. Then there's the Bankai. So like you said, I wonder if there's a waking form. But there's like an even higher form. That would be dope, actually.
Yeah. And the thing is too, it's so funny you brought up Bleach. He actually looks like a Shinigami. Like he looks like he's from Bleach. Mm-hmm, and he also looks like he's from Naruto. But
yes, yeah, he does.
It's
both.
You know, I gotta ask Sebastian before I move on. Is this giving you final villain vibes, or are we still rolling with Blackbeard?
Yeah, I have never got my actual stance.
I just wanted to know. I just wanted to know.
It's so bizarre. I've basically never said Blackbeard would be the final villain.
Oh,
at any point.
Okay.
I just said I need Blackbeard and Luffy to fight.
Oh, okay.
And if I needed to choose between Luffy fighting Emu and Luffy fighting Blackbeard, I'm taking the Luffy versus Blackbeard.
Even now, after this review.
They could jump this guy.
also,
They could jump him. I'm with that. I don't care.
So there's been a lot of talk because Yamato is on the front cover, and you know the whole identity crisis thing came up again. And it's kind of crazy because it delved into Emu, and so many people wanted Emu to be a woman. And I'm not here to say that Emu's not a woman, but if Oda is following the references that I pointed out with like Satan and Emu, Satan in the Bible, correct me if I'm mistaken, he's a spiritual being, right? Yeah. He's genderless, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. But he's heavily referenced as being male. They respond to him as like he, his, him within the Bible. Am I wrong?
No, yeah.
So that's what I think I'm going to start going with moving forward, just because I feel like it's so connected to like the references that I'm seeing right now. So I do think it's a guy. I think the name Emu is very guy-like too. He's just pretty, bro. And what did they say? Like Satan was the prettiest or the most handsome out of all of the angels or something like that?
They didn't say that. A lot of people think God
what was the actual like?
He was pretty much saying that. He was just saying you were beautiful. Like you were all this. Like you were high ranked. You were beautiful. Like because all God's creation is beautiful, especially the angels. God makes all the angels beautiful, and like you said, they're genderless. They're spirit creatures, but the angels are called the sons of God, the morning stars and stuff like that. So God refers to them, but He's always refers them to a male gender aspect. But you're right, there are spirit creatures, but God would just say that what you were beautiful and this rank, whatever. Now you left it all for something like that. Like,
and also too, a lot of people are taking it as a physicality. It doesn't necessarily mean physical. It could be quality-wise in what you were doing before.
Right.
Then he became evil, saying you were beautiful, more like in a spiritual sense, where like you were loyal, you were faithful, you did what was right. You know,
and you were close to me.
Yeah.
And now you left me.
And kind of link it to like kind of think of what he said to Cain. Right. He goes, return to doing good. You know, but sin is crouching at the door. So it's kind of saying that Satan, you were light. You know, because for example, the angels are called the what was it the reference now? It's like the morning stars, or like they kind of represent light. You know, even Jesus says, "I'm the light of the world." Right. So they represent a beauty and light, as in like in the spiritual of like God's
purity,
pure and everything.
Gotcha.
Satan took himself completely out of that. So it doesn't necessarily mean physical. It also means qualities wise.
Yeah. So if I'm to reference that to that, then this is why I think he looks like this.
Yeah.
So
And
that's all
also,
I gotta say.
And also say like even angels, a lot of times when you see their appearance and references, they're referencing as in emeralds and like crystallites, like beautiful jewelry. Like that's their skin tones, like they're things that are considered beautiful.
Hey man, King was beautiful, bro. But yeah, we got to read these super chats. Guys, if you haven't liked the video yet, please do. We're going to dive all into the super chats now.
Yeah, we got 125 super chats waiting in like 20 minutes. So we got to wrap it. And my computer died. So we got 5 from Char. It says, glad I could make the stream. Scale with the narrative even when you don't like it. Yes. Even when you hate it. Another 5 from Jada Rude. It says, Usopp needs to look in the mirror and give himself the same yell that he gave to Emu. Hashtag RIP Usopp. Hashtag foot in his mouth.
Word.
Another 5 from BK. It says, just became a Yonko today. Been watching for a while. Finally glad I can contribute. Hope all is well with you guys. Can't wait for the DDT. Thank you, BK, and welcome.
Thank you.
Another 5 from Otaku-sama. Emu reveal is cool, but like the mystique of Emu a lot more. Would have been better if he stayed in Unknown Entity. It made him top villain in anime. Okay, that's a different take. Yeah. Another 5 from Ravenstorm. Larry L takes somehow are also a W for entertainment. Laughing emoji. Hashtag Larry tax. Hashtag like the stream. Hashtag bang bang buggy gang.
You dirty man.
Another 2 from Ciandre Williams with no super chat attached. Another 2 from Inferno Knight. As a Mihawk fan, if Emu had a sword, ... Another 5 from Pastor C. Calling it now, Kuma gonna sacrifice himself to save G5 Bonnie from Emu. Interesting. Another 10 from Andrew C. Y'all can cover this when you get to the point in the chapter, but do you think it sounds like Emu? What do you think it sounds like when Emu was in this form? It seems like it makes a rhythm almost like Luffy's heart does in Gear 5. I think Lawrence mentioned it a little bit earlier.
Yeah. Me too.
Another 10 from Corel. If someone important or multiple people don't get murked this arc, I'm gonna be sad as F. Man, I won't say it's bad writing, but I'd be disappointed for him taking a limb or eye from Emu. Okay. Yeah, I kind of mentioned earlier with Usopp. Like, I need something, bro.
Yeah.
Another 5 from Morningstar. Guys, I don't know why, but the Nerona dynasty reminds me of the Targaryens from the House of Dragons or the Lannisters from Game of Thrones. The Lannisters are definitely the Garling family, in my opinion. I have to see about the Targaryens. I haven't watched the...
Guys, like the video before you leave, please.
Another 2 from Pastor C. We need Chopper in front ASAP. Yeah, man. He can slap Emu. Another 2 from Kirby. Thoughts on Emu having their own drums? Hashtag dark gum gum? Maybe. People mentioned the Symphony of Subjugation earlier. I thought that was funny.
Symphony of Subjugation. The drums of oppression.
Another 5 from Nobody of Importance Import. Emu looking mighty tanned. The Oda knew to cover Zoro's eyes, or the series would have ended there. Another 2 from Multiverse Hangover. What do you think Vivi's Emu endgame plot would be? Larry kind of highlighted one I kind of really liked earlier, so check back for that. Another 5 from Char. Would Ace being alive have changed Luffy's trajectory? I don't think Ace wanted to be a Pirate King or find the One Piece, so what are they competing for? I would agree that it would have changed Luffy's trajectory, but it would have made Luffy weaker, in my opinion. Another 2 from Shocked Expression. I can hear it. The Symphony of Subjugation. There it is. Another 10 from Soul King. Hey guys, hope all is well. Glad I can make it for this chapter. Which group do you think is stronger? Impel Down Crew, Luffy Made, or Straw Hats pre-Wano, excluding Luffy? Hashtag Larry Tax. Hashtag Top on Top. It's Jinbei, Crocodile, Luffy, Ivankov. Pre-Wano Straw Hats.
Pre-Wano Straw Hats.
Yeah.
Another 2 from Jimenez Aquino. Ace had a Marine girl, didn't he? Isuka the Marine. Pirates cheat, bro. Another 2 from Toby. Week at cover story.
Especially Rayleigh.
Yamato is mine. Hashtag smoking on that ace pack. Another 20 from the Juice Man. Shout out to Marv. Kaido. Hashtag Kaido is definitely Mexican. Hashtag call me Odin. Hashtag I'm my daddy's son. Another 2 from Spotman. Honestly, can't believe this is actually crazy. Believe this, it's actually crazy. Yeah, it's pretty wild. Another 5 from Villain. The better the chapter, the more freaked out y'all get. Hashtag trauma bondage. Hashtag make sure there's sea stone. Hashtag that throat piece talk. So hashtag BBC. Hashtag twins. I'm sorry. Another 5 from Xavier. It says, sup guys, what are the multiple issues the Gorosei are facing? Rev blockade, Blackbeard attacking, Gart missing. What else do y'all think is going on? Thoughts? Cross-killed for sure. It has to be cross-killed in there. Yeah, kind of everything you just said. Another 5 from Ray Lee. It says, first super chat, I have a fun question for y'all. Do you think Michael Jackson would have Conquerors Hockey, and what other musicians would have it? 1,000% Michael Jackson would have it. I would say Bob Marley would also have it. You have another musician? I'd say Kendrick has it too.
DMX.
Yes. Another 100. Oh, we got this one already. My bad. Did we? Yeah. Another 20 from Zokage. Oda is the GOAT. Halabasta was supposed to be the ending of One Piece, and Vivi is still a straw hat. Fast forward to Imu desiring Vivi, making her relevant again. The final battle ending of the story is going to be a great one. Yeah, man. Another 5 from Zo.
Thank you.
Imu looks like a 10 Jinchuriki as well.
Yeah,
I heard Shinya from Fire Force a lot.
Yeah.
Char, another 2. Luffy's bounty post Elbaf? Probably 5 billion. Another 2 from Buckster. Emu waited for Vivi to be like 18, unlike Larry.
Oh
wow.
My God.
Another 2 from Spotman. Emu design is top 1 in One Piece. That makes him top 1. Yeah. Another 5 from Sonny D. Montez. Love y'all. Thanks for all the laughs. You are the GOATs. Yeah, I will come back to the VOD later while at the gym. Hashtag BBC. Hashtag Larry Tax. Hashtag throat piece. Hashtag milkman. Another 5 from Zateb. Steelheart equals kid upscale. Just think about it. Another 2 from Hudstock.
Yo, an LN kid. Come on, bro.
Would y'all collab with Grand Line Review? Hashtag Buggy Gang.
Yeah.
At him. Another 5 from Kadeem Best. York lost Punk Records. She most likely doesn't have the blueprints in her personal memory. All she really did was eat, sleep, and poop. Hashtag Gandhi Usopp. Another 10 from Sexy Sasquatch. Full squad, beautiful weather, amazing chapter. Oh yeah, this is a good Monday. I'll be there for the call-in tomorrow with my theory. Bad busy, LOL. TOPT, hashtag Jersey Gang, hashtag Larry Tax, hashtag get that AG1. Yeah, get AG1. Another 5 from Zokage. Emu having his own 808s took me off guard. It's going to be a versus battle. Luffy versus Gang versus Emu. Probably. I've read this one already. Another 2 from Xavier. What do y'all think of Emu's jumps of subjugation? I think they're pretty cool. Another 5 from Ethan Marengo. Is it possible that all the blues is just Jinbei's body all naked? Hashtag me and Larry both white. Hashtag okay. Another 2 from Wise Life. Emu had to take that shiesty off and Aura Farm. Another 2 from Von Luffy. Minus First Commanders, what Nova has the worst crew?
What Nova has the worst crew?
Like Supernova?
Worst crew?
Nova or Yonko?
It's Law.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
It might be Kid.
It's Bonnie.
It is Bonnie.
Bonnie's Kid's trash.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Another 10 from Kaizen.
You guys are right.
I think Pirate Shamrock was talking about what was more likely to be Loki, while Blackbeard's eating 2 Dow fruits is what signifies to them that he was a member of the Davies.
Keith Hawkins ain't that good.
It's not that good. Yeah.
Yo, I might change Hawkins.
It might be Hawkins.
Yeah, man.
Another 2 from Zokage. Usopp said, pull up. Pull up then. Emu said, I
said, I'm here. Where you at?
Another 5 from Blind Shepherd. I haven't been able to watch for a couple months due to work, but I'm glad I got back in time for this one. Hashtag dodging that Larry tags. Love you, Shepherd. Another 10 from Uzi. Always glad to catch a live with y'all boys. Do you guys think Sanji's relative to Zoro in strength-wise? I do. If not, do you think Conqueror's Hockey is all he needs to close the gap? Hashtag top on top.
No, he needs more than that.
He needs more than that. You need more than that.
Another 5 from Zokage. Oh, Larry, are you reading the King James version of the Bible?
Yes. I read the new King James one.
Okay. Another 5.
But I do go back and forth between if I need more clarification.
Another 5 from Josie Dirts. Is an actual attack on the Holy Land confirmed? Could it be that the CDs are rioting due to food shortages?
No, they don't have that power. There's rubble.
And a revolution/Blackbeard attack hasn't actually happened yet. I would leave it to the attack happening. Another 10 from Daimyo Dial. Emu might have a soul tie or something that connects his power to Mary Joie. Could be something of a Lunarian origin on top of the red line, hence the decision for the CDs to inhabit that spot. I like that part of the theory. I like that. We got another 2 from Josie Dirt. Spooky how Emu's initials spell out sin. Larry pointed that out a little bit earlier. Another 2 from Zachary Oates, #Buggy Gang. Another 5 from Lozart. My chat got skipped last week, but I had to add what if Emu can gender change based on battle like Hell's Paradise Tencent. I don't know who that is.
Over?
No, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Another 5 from Nate D. I got spoiled, y'all. Do y'all think Blackbeard's motives are just more justified than Luffy's current point in his King of the Pirates adventure? Law is the CGI charge this week.
Lionel's charge up.
Yeah, I mean, he wants to be king of the world, bro. Why not?
He said, "Is he charged?" Because we were so tired last week. That's why.
Another
That's so
2 from Dior Paid. It says Shigaraki wipes the floor with Emu. Shigaraki from My Hero?
Yeah. Are you hitting the memberships too?
No, they don't show up here. But I can't do both because they're gone.
All right, I'll do the memberships then. Max Power, member for 7 months to Shichibukai status, says, who wins, Kid or 500,000 Larrys? As well as all of Zoe under a super full moon with Dog Cat versus Lawrence, with critical mass hockey taught by Gabon and Ray.
It's a lot of words.
I'm beating Kid with one of me.
Yeah,
And I don't harm animals.
So you're losing. Okay, got it. Also, Luis Lopez with the member for 9 months. Another week, and we still don't have Marv's top 10.
It's crazy. Marv?
That's so funny. Z Optimal with the 9 months. Nakama status. What are some struggle meals the CDs need to eat? Syrup sandwiches. And then you can keep going, and I'll let you know.
All right, where'd you stop?
Where you were last time.
Okay.
Oh, you don't know?
Because now I can read both.
Oh, now you can read. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
now.
So it's Daimyo Dill. I just hearted it.
Where?
Right there. Go on there, ready? Go on there, ready? Go on there,
Up?
ready? No, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Right there, yeah.
All right. 10 gifted from Bon Shepherd, 5 gifted from David D. Oaks, and then Josie Dirts. Yeah, I read these already. That's what I'm saying. All right, hold on.
I don't think you did because I was watching you go down.
Bruh. I read this. Bruh. I read that. Anyway.
Oh, my bad. I'll be wildin'.
All right, here we go. Yeah, the Shigaraki wipes the floor one. All right. Another 20 from Bon Shepherd. If I was Emu, the moment I realized Nika/Joyboy was running around bang-ganging across the
There you
seas
go.
and Rox's son was a Yonko, I would have got rid of Fishman Island immediately. Larry singing R. Kelly is crazy. It's not the first time. Another 5 months at Nakama Status from Fresh D Pack. Do you think Emu is non-binary? Probably not.
I don't care.
Another 13 months at Yonko Status from Fatty G's. Just a thought, but is Emu the one that betrayed his race? I can't remember if betraying your race was something said by someone because I'm thinking he's Lunarian/Ancient Giant at this point.
Uncle Tom.
Larry Tax.
Of
Very
his
possible.
time.
It's very possible. Another 5 from Reggie J. Remember when I said this was def a love triangle with Joy Boy, Emu, and Lili? Crying emojis. Jerry. Another 10 from Multiverse Hangover. I think Lili had the pawpaw fruit and used it on Emu to push out of his immortality. In turn, Emu had to resort to the secret of Mary Joie to survive. Vivi is the only one capable of unlocking the pawpaw fruit. Okay.
Said, I'm trying to take out that dog in you.
Another 2 from Daimyo. 13 contracts possible with Emu's 13 eyes on the sash. Yeah, that's pretty dope. Another
Oh, I didn't count that.
5 from Ghost of Raz Grizz. Larry's theory making this sound like a CW teen drama. One piece, one tree piece. Another 5 from Josie Dirts. Lit theory, Larry, I thought the same. You think Law could revert or amplify that side effect? Also, did the metal heart remind y'all of Kid and Law's lame asses? Not really.
Law could definitely do something. I think that's why he survived.
Yeah. Another 5 from Z Dog. It says, do you guys think Emu's intense hockey caused the houses to come alive or part of his Del Fruit being similar to Luffy's making his surroundings dance? I'm going to go with the Del Fruit.
Yeah.
I think it's both.
We got another 20 gifted from CD. Thank you. Another 2 from Kyber Corporate. Emu's tattoos are like the ancient Civ tech in Bot W? What is that? I don't know what that is.
Marv, you know?
Okay. So maybe 5. All right, another 5 gifted from David D. Oaks. Another 5 from Andrew C. Weird place to flex, but y'all should peep the dinner I made tonight in the Discord. Treating myself as a king since my ex didn't. Hashtag I can trauma dump too soon. Tag me. Another 20 gifted from Blind Shepherd. Thank you. Another 2 from Bernard Garrett. Emu X Joy Boy equals Cain X Abel. One Piece equals the Book of Revelations. Okay. Another 5 from Black Shadow. What's up, Manikas? Do Nami stocks go up a little bit for not fainting during Emu's hockey entrance? A lot of people didn't faint, man. I'm not gonna lie. Another 5 from Your Lips Are Crusty Bud. Could you guess settle my family? Can you guys settle my family debate? Who wins, Usopp or Hercule from Dragon Ball Z?
Hercule.
You are out of your mind if you say Usopp. It's Hercule by 1,000.
Another 5 from Necro Death. How strong do you guys think Tactic 15 Big Emperor has gotten over the years? Pretty strong, man. They got stronger members now. Another 5 from St. Louis. I went back and watched Larry's live reaction to chapter 1154, Rox's reveal, just to feel something today. Whole chapter had him tweaking.
It was, bro.
Another 5 from Sea-Dog. I get heavy Adam and Eve vibes with Joy Boy and Lili, especially with Emu being the devil now. Hashtag like this stream. Hashtag Larmu for president. Hashtag a throat is a throat.
Oh my God.
Another 2 from Reggie J. Blackbeard fans happy as hell after Emu PTSD Part 7. Another 5 from Tyrone Bigham's. Episode 25 Law has regular shades on. He also said Roger, Garp, Rox, Whitebeard, and Sengoku should all be 100 3 years before the top 30. Man, tweaking. Another 10.
He had regular glasses. Yeah, he did have like glasses on twice, I think.
The transition lens.
Another 10 from Taco I don't know what it says. Deloculator? I don't know. Saw Theory, Luffy versus Emu, Dragon versus Garling, Shanks versus Blackbeard, Sabo versus Akainu. Reality doesn't allow everyone to win. Shanks somehow loses and Luffy finishes. Been watching from the beginning.
Thank you, brother.
Be pretty interesting. Another 5 from Blind Shepherd. Y'all not going home tonight. What do you mean by that? Another 10 from Michael Chen. I believe Emu's actual face has not yet been revealed. The face we see is the awakened beast form god's face from the fruit. Thoughts? Hashtag Larry is Emu. Hashtag Larry Text. Hashtag Sebi Webby. Lionel kind of spoke to that earlier. Larry too.
I don't think so. Luffy's face is the same face.
Yeah.
What happened?
Don't have time on. Another 5 from Marco. It says, "Hey, somebody about to die. Choose the wagers to who though." I went with Usopp. Another 10 from Marco. Literally, Emu is what Kizaru/Kuma was in Saboti's difference is ain't a soul inverse that capable of stopping Emu from blitzing them like he did Rox and Roger, but the bleeding or self nerf.
Why you say Rox and Roger? He didn't blitz Roger.
Another 5 from Lozart. When it comes down to the final fights with Luffy, would you prefer a more serious tone without much Toon World combat like we've seen in Lucci's eyes?
Both.
Yeah, a little bit of both. Another 5 from Josie Dirts. Don't forget, I was the first one to say Zoro versus Sommers. And yeah, it was Josie Dirts. Sanji versus Killingham. Plus me and Larry told y'all Sommers wasn't done yet. Hashtag I still believe. Hashtag Seb, remember my name. I'll try, bro. My fault. Another Nakama joined the ship. In Polska,
thank you.
Bandit. Another 21 months at Nakama Sash from St. Louis.
Thank you.
I'll taste the soup. Where's the spoon? Another 2 from Chris Cook Live. Crew goes to Holy Land because Emu takes Chopper. Oh, wow. Another 5 gifted from Polska.
Thank you.
Another 5 from Joey Danks. Emu really got rage baited by Usopp. Bro felt that disrespect when Usopp pressed him. He said, "Oh, pull up, bet. Keep that same energy." Another 5 from Jada Rude. Dragon about to put on a cape and look to the east super hard. Now it's getting real. Another 5. Yo, Emu has moved. Like, never mind. Another 5 from Ghost. I'm just saying. JBL speaker starts. Daddy's home's playing. Emu shows up. All fans girls find their new boy toy. Gojo who? Trafalgar Water who? Dofi what? Laughing emojis. Another 6 months at Nakama Status from Yuli to Merritt. Will that frozen food actually help because how it's frozen? Another 5 from Frox the Inferno. Emu downscale since he already showing up. Weekend. Sure. Another 10 from Bugs Z11. I read Devil Fruits as creator of the fruits probably. Emu joined the 20 because promised to give power. Also, for Emu origin, could the skulls on the lower clouds be important? Look at Solemn Hancock Snake. That's the one I was mentioning. Solemn.
Yeah.
I might need to take over because my computer died. Another 5 from Blind Shepherd. Emu showing up in front of Zoro with dark skin was the first mistake. Zoro was about to get an upscale. Savages became a Yonko. Welcome.
Thank you.
Another 2 from Jimenez. Emu better get a Madara versus Shinobi alliance scene. That would be dope. Another 10 from Silly Fool. It's a devil. As a dude from Dallas, you make me proud. Hashtag White Watcher tax. Another 5 from Reggie J. Emu coughing up blood might be a sign of him having to leave early during his first hit list tour. Crying emojis. Pull up then. Emu definitely going after Usopp first. I would love it. Another 10 from Joey Danks. I think there's a correlation between Emu and Saiyan. Saiyan with temptation and the forbidden fruit. Emu and the devil fruit. There's a reason why the world itself is trying to kill people who consume them. Okay. Another 5 gifted from Davey D. Oaks. Davey, thank you so much this week. Another 5 from Reggie J. Oh, it's going to happen, Seb. Usopp packed up. Tiger fingers turn to Twitter. Trigger fingers turn Twitter fingers. Another 10 from FedEx Guy. I wonder if Emu was talking to the will of the person, which is why he says Joy Boy, Nidhogg, and Davey. Also, Robin's Delphi form looks a lot like Emu's form, especially the horns. Another 2 from Dark 6. Pink Sake x Nika Harpy equals a hit song. Another 2 from Reggie J. Emu pulled up like Stink Meaner looking for Usopp. Another Nakama joined the ship in Ragna Hall Sama. Another 2 from Marcus Allen. Do you think Minority Hunter Zoro fights Emu? I hope they'll clash. Another 2 from Christopher Hayes. Emu, a female dog. Usopp power up arc for Larry. Hashtag Larry tags.
No.
Another 2 Inferno. Straw Hats bounties after Elba about to be crazy for sure. Another 2 from Christopher Hayes. Emu allergic to organic sunlight. Female dog made. Wow. Another 2 from Wade the Asian. I'm pretty sure of this. Can we talk about the fact that Rox, at least on panel so far, has never mentioned any knowledge of hockey? So maybe like Zoro giving it his all in his attacks, maybe Rox could have been the same.
You can't say that, bro.
Another 2 from Marcus Allen. Do you think Usopp will die without seeing Yasop? Sure. Another 2 from Dave D. Oaks. Larry watched Slime for real, for real. Another 10 from Wade the Asian. Has y'all favorite characters changed since recently in One Piece? Hashtag twins winning. Hashtag Seb and Larry winning. Twinning? Hashtag y'all look fresh. Hashtag...
That is true.
The hats.
Oh, yeah. Gold over rocks. Hashtag Derek White. Hashtag Larry Tex. Hashtag a throw to the throw. Hashtag Big Brain Larry. Another 2 from Reggie J. Do y'all think Emu is... Mine did a little bit. Don't go. Do y'all think Emu is using Joy Boy's spear / staff? That'd be pretty cool.
No.
Another 2 from Taco. Brother Bear, say it with me. Taco de Locklear. Okay, there we go. My bad, bro. I don't know why this one got skipped. We did get another 100 from Ragna. It says I've been a long time Spotify listener for a few years, but just want to say thank you guys for sitting down every week and bringing the passion that y'all do. I don't have anyone really to talk One Piece with, so I enjoy sitting down with the boys every week. Thank you guys. Hey man, appreciate that. Join the Discord if you can, man. It's definitely a space for you guys to talk to us or talk to people about One Piece in general.
Yeah, thank you so much. That's super amount of money. Thank you.
How much is that?
Yeah, Wade the Asian with the 2 says, does this mean Luffy is going to be Pirate Jesus? No.
Already is, bruh.
Tech D Throw with a 5 says, will Seb crash out? Will Larry glaze rocks? Will Lawrence mispronounce character's name?
Yes.
Will Lionel even be there? See next time on TOPT.
Yes, and no.
Davey D Oaks with the 2 says, y'all read my super chat wrong. Hashtag Buggy Bang Gang.
Oh my God. Sorry.
John D Water says, do you guys think that it'll be better if Usopp obtain an injury to the point where he can't be a pirate anymore instead of him passing? No. Take him out. Taco DeLocker became a Nakama. Thank you so much. And JD Rude with the 2 says, Emu pulled up with that first day out playing. Guys, you guys are truly the heart and soul of this pod. I can't say it enough with our community. You guys are truly amazing. I don't think I ever see anybody's communities go as hard as you guys. And that's without us streaming every day. So I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for all that you do for us. It doesn't go unnoticed, and it's very much appreciated too. So I just want to say thank you to everybody that's on the YouTube live chat. I hope you had a lot of fun with all of us just laughing and having a good time with our theories and takes. Everybody that's on Facebook, we love you. Spotify, you know we love you. Apple Podcast Music, you know we love you too. Everybody that's in our Discord, we love you as well. So thank you so much. Thank you. Just like the video if you can on your way out. And please have a safe night, a good night. And if you're in another country, have a great day and a good morning. Just want to say thank you to Marv, too, for another 4-hour banger. Did it on last minute notice, so I apologize for that. But thank you so much to Marv. W's in the chat for Marv. But other than that, guys, my name is Larry.
Law.
Lionel.
Seb.
And we'll see you next week. Jana!